Hello everybody. This is the Logic Only Zone, and welcome to episode 35 of Logic Church. And I'm happy to be here with you guys with my co-host QNTKKA.
Hey, hey.
And we have some awesome guests here today. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves? Go ahead.
Which way are you going?
Anybody. Go ahead. Go ahead, Liz.
What? I accidentally had the stream going off in my ears like an asshole.
Okay, I almost did that too, but anyway. So Liz, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. I am Lizz Reptile. I'm a mini shitlord on the internet. I mostly cover things that have to do with free speech and really crappy internet news. And I really don't like Black Lives Matter. A lot of religions out there are completely stupid. And that's who I am. I'm a bit of a jackass.
Okay. Bravo. All right. Welcome. Okay, anybody else? Go ahead.
Well, we got Lauren in the room. Lauren?
Howdy ho, neighbors.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty fucking fantastic. You know, another day above ground.
All right.
Yeah. Right on.
I am Lauren. You can find me on Twitter. My Twitter name is LaurenLovesLeykis. Tom Leykis, he's an awesome fucking radio show host that if you don't know who he is, you need to learn about him because he's fucking great. But I talk shit about feminists, feminism, anything I don't like, and I would also agree I can't stand Black Lives Matter, so fuck those guys.
All right. Nice. Yeah,
Racist.
welcome. I'm excited for our guests. That's all. Okay, Steve, are you there, bud? You there, man?
Yes, I'm here. I'm
All
Steve
right.
Talon. I'm Steve Talon, and I too am a YouTube shitlord. And lately, I've been taking the piss out of Steve Shives quite a bit, and you know, he's just a never-ending well of stupidity. So it's like the well will never go dry.
Right.
My
Really
ears
fun.
telling my Steve stuff.
So
I've got a Steve Shives story for later.
Cool.
What?
Okay, so we got, so somebody just came back. Let's see, Kajun came back.
Yep.
Okay, so Kajun, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I live in Louisiana, near a bunch of swamps,
Wow,
and
cool.
I
Right
think
on.
people are tasty.
All right.
Have you ever eaten alligator?
You have Darnel there, right?
Hey, okay, but two things I gotta reply to the other guys. One, Kajun, what the fuck is with a lot of us people personifying to be animals? Seriously, is this gonna turn into like a next fur community? I'm worried how bearing.
I know. You know, I've been thinking of that too.
We also
Honestly,
have
for
a
me, it's just a
robot
matter
named
of
Robot.
joking around.
I know, it was a joke, it was a joke.
No, it's this whole personification of I'm just a gator who likes to eat people, whether you're white or black or anything. I view y'all all equally as food.
Yeah.
Are you
Okay.
sure you're not
Yeah.
racist?
And the second point was going to Steve. So you said about the well going dry. So that's practically the opposite of Steve's wife, right?
Well, he's
Oh.
egalitarian.
Yeah, you know, I've even been thinking of changing my name or something just to avoid confusion.
Oh, with Steve Shives?
Yeah, Steve Shives' wife. That's what I meant to say.
Hey, did you ever hear Shives? Somebody sent me a pic one time, and it was his alt BDSM file or
Oh
something.
God!
And he's got nudie pics under Nightwing Wilson.
He's so hairy. He's so
God, he's more
hairy.
hairier than me.
Oh my
But
God.
Nightwing Wilson, of all,
I actually have to be slightly nice to Shives because he did something nice for me, and now I'm stuck with him. He follows me on Twitter, and I've tried
What?
to nicely get me banned, but it's not gonna happen. Yes, that is my sad Steve Shives story. Is that
Mind blown.
So
he
you're
knows I'm a shitlord. He knows I'm a shitlord. I got called out to be a shitlord on Christmas by believe it or not, by Thunderfoot during a live stream when they had a contest to see who could draw Photoshop pictures of Joshua McIntosh the best. I came in second by making him have a collar on and Anita's hand saying, do what I say or else you get the hose again or something.
Oh,
like
I think I
that.
saw
came in
that one.
second. Yeah, Jeff Holiday beat me by making it look like he was looking at bad video games with butts on it on his phone. Damn him. But that's how I met Jeff Holiday. So he knows I'm a shitlord. And my friend Kevin the Atheist sent him a link to my Christmas shout-out. I needed help with Christmas presents due to my disability. Paperwork and lawyers. I got fucked over and I needed help. And Steve Shives shared it on his channel without questioning it on who I was. And because of that kind act, I ended up getting help. But because of that, I haven't been able, I can't razz him or anything. I've promised to kind of leave him alone. And every time I do tweet anything at him or anything, he talks to me nicely and professionally without banning me, even though I have asked him a couple of very, like, hey, this is not cool. And then he explains himself in DMs and is polite. I can't get rid of it.
I think he loves you.
Now,
I don't know
do
why.
that to everyone,
Forever.
I guess.
Well, I honestly don't know why he still follows me. I figured at this point he would hate me from some of the videos that I like and some of the videos that I produce, but he doesn't hate me, and I don't know why. It's really
I think he's
weird.
actually in love with you. I think he finds you as an outlet, contrary to his wife.
But I barely talk to him. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. No. I could send Shives a message right now and get banned by calling him a cook or something, but he helped my children have a Christmas, so I've been nice to him.
Yeah,
But
it's
that
like-
also allows me to see all of his tweets. So I know what he's doing while everybody else kind of forgets about it. I get to see it, and it's kind of...
well, and you can only imagine. It's like, I know she's a shitlord, but she's my shitlord. You know?
Pardon everybody, I have lost my voice, so everybody in the chat, I'm sorry for the ear cancer. I'm
No,
sorry,
no,
I'm giving
it's
it.
fine.
Okay, so let me just finish my introduction because we went on that little tangent.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't worry, this was fun. But anyway, so I'm Darnel Enriquez. I'm a shitlord. I'm a comic book nerd. Go to my Twitter if you want to see me fight against SJWs about comics and things grade to that measure. You know, yada yada yada, bada bada, funny memes. Here's a picture of Harambe getting shot.
Okay.
All right. Did we get? It looks like we got everybody. What about this Black Hitler guy?
Oh God.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know who this guy is, but everyone
Who
else.
wants to explain? Who wants to explain Black
Ooh,
Hitler?
ooh, me.
Oh.
Let the minority do it.
Go for
Don't
it.
do it.
So, Black Hitler is pretty much a guy named Gazi, I forgot his last name.
Kodzo.
Colosso.
Oh, I know him. I know that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
That's who we're talking.
Oh yeah.
You know what we're talking about, then.
Yes, I know now. He sounds like the guy from Fifth Element, the black guy.
Right.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name? I can't remember.
Chris Rock.
Yeah, Chris Rock. Yeah.
Or no, wait.
So,
Chris Tucker?
No, it's not.
Is it-
Chris Tucker or something.
No,
Yeah.
you're right, it is Chris Tucker. I apologize. You know, I get all the humans mixed up.
Yeah.
Y'all all look alike to me.
You all taste the same. Wait,
Actually,
is there
no.
a difference between tasting
people
of
are
a
more
black
chewy.
person or a white person? Why? I don't
Black
know.
one
Okay.
tastes more
I don't
like
wanna-
chicken.
So now this guy really okay. So his thing is that he he wants reparations. Now what I've seen is he has these white guys that kind of follow him around, and it's really weird because these white guys that kind of like follow him, right? They almost remind me of like young Nazis or something, which kind of plays in with the Black Hitler thing. But they just like follow anything he says, right? And that's what kind of makes me think it's more of an act. But maybe he is serious. I don't know.
Oh,
It's
no,
probably an act put on for the camera, but as far as those that I've seen talking in his videos, you got men and women, and the women that's following him are fucking horrendous looking. Oh.
Yeah, there's a natural hair group on Facebook, and these people, these women, these black women, they actually think he's intelligent and well spoken, and I'm just sitting back. I've seen the videos.
No.
This man he is insane. He's insane.
Yeah, he's totally crazy.
The only thing you need to know about him is that he refers to white people as toilet seat complexion individuals.
And he also made,
I think I take that as a compliment.
He also calls us melanin deficient, toilet seat, caveman-like individuals.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fucking cave beast.
Yes.
women's Cave Becky's, remember?
Yes,
Yeah.
and Cave Becky's, yes.
Yeah.
It's
So,
really
Oh my gosh.
entertaining.
Should I tell everybody now why this is so funny that we are bringing him up because of what I did today?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So, Armored Skeptic released a video about SJWs and are they racist and stuff. And I'm watching the video, and he's like a guy that has no empathy, saying that white people have no empathy. And then he goes up saying, you know, somebody that's not empathetic would be sitting next to a mother that just lost their child and smiling ear to ear because it fits your narrative. As Gazi Kodzo is smiling and talking, going, hi, I'm here in St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm like, holy shit, I'm in the middle of St. Petersburg, Florida. This motherfucker lives, and I started looking through some of his videos where he's outside, and I'm like, I know where that is. I know where that is. So I go onto his discussion page, and I write the following, which is currently tweeted out to him as well.
Yeah,
Dear fellow YouTuber Gazi, I just realized you live near me. You and I are on the opposite side of the fence on many issues, but I am a free speech advocate and respect your right to whatever opinion and your words you wish to say on your own platform. I was just wondering that since we live near each other, that someday, if you want, we could have a friendly live debate over coffee, tea, or whatever you like. I think it would be interesting to speak face-to-face with you, with another YouTuber, instead of through cables and distances where things are not as personal. Maybe you can enlighten me on some things and vice versa. Right.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Good one.
Maybe we will... Who knows, maybe we will just agree to disagree, shake hands, and walk away with a new experience. I truly think that this would be a fun opportunity. I am in St. Petersburg, Florida, and have no worries of quote-unquote doxing and being public about where I live. If interested, please respond and send a private message to this account. I hope you have a good day. Now, that is me being as fucking nice as possible. I almost shit myself 3 times writing that, and I think my sphincter is still a little too tight, but I did it.
Well, I hope you have a speedy recovery.
That's either going to be the best or the worst idea ever to fucking happen. Just
It will be brilliant, because all I have to do is find a public place with good Wi-Fi, take the laptop, set it up, get a good mic, and pass it back and forth and see exactly how long we can last before one of us explodes.
Oh my goodness. I have a feeling it wouldn't be very long. But
we got to make bets on who's going to explode first.
I wouldn't be able
Probably
to take
him.
him seriously.
I really think he's going to explode first, just based off of what I've seen about him and his attitude and the mannerisms, how he comes over. He's going to just fucking freak the fuck out on your ass and probably walk out.
and
Oh,
he-
come on. Just because he goes like this every time he talks, doesn't mean
If he does this in my face and he spits on me once, I might get arrested. You don't, I can't stand people that talk with their saliva, and if it flings out your fucking mouth. I've got, like, no immune system. I'm very crippled, alright? Let's just get that out of the way. My health is shit. I don't need to go into the long and the short of it. If you want to know about it, ask me later. My health is crap. My immune system took a shit. No, I don't have AIDS. It's just, and it's not
Good to
lupus.
know.
So, you spit on me, I'm gonna have problems.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
What's
pretty
up?
much anybody spit on me,
gotta
I'd
go
be
black
like,
eye on your
whoa,
ass.
you crossed the line with the spit.
I'll be like, keep
Not
it in
cool.
Them
Say
there
it all
fighting
right.
words down in the swamp area. You don't be doing that.
That's somebody spitting on you is just as bad as hitting you, in my opinion. That's just
Somebody spitting on you is just as bad as.
The problem is that
I
people
can't
that
think
talk
of the
like
fucking word. It's actually you don't know if they have a disease which is transmutable through spit, so it's literally like they're trying to infect you. If it is a person that's
Yeah,
legit
it's
has
gross.
HIV, it can go to court as attempted murder or attempted infection.
It could
It's
be-
some kind of assault.
it's like it is an assault.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I know spitting on someone itself is an assault. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It's not aggravated assault, but it's still assault.
yeah, it's still disgusting, but this is called people that just talk with their mouth with like too much spit in their mouth. They fling it uncontrollably when they get hyperactive.
Right,
People
right,
that
right.
do that, I have to get a fucking blast shield because I'm like, that fucking nasty.
I actually, that happened to me the other day. I was talking to somebody and they had a cold sore, and they're doing that. And I'm like, oh no, please stop.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was absolutely terrible. I was having to be really close to them too, and it was just like,
Oh my
please stop
god.
talking to me.
See, that's why I'm glad I'm the type of motherfucker not to close my mouth to any kind of shit like that.
Well, you gotta enunciate, and I don't know. I mean, or at least if every time you're talking to somebody they're cringing, is my breath smelling bad? What's going on here? You gotta figure it out, But anyway, so I hope that works out with Black Hitler.
I
Good
hope
luck.
it's absolutely hilarious and he freaks the fuck out. I really do.
Oh, let's see what happens. I mean, I tweeted it at him and I put it in his discussion thing. I'll try a couple more times. I'm going to be polite as fuck because I want an honest discussion about we'll figure out a couple of topics and we'll talk about them. And if he's willing to do it, then I think that would be fun for both of us because then he'd be able to mock me with his fans and I'd be able to mock him with mine. It would go
There you
both
go.
ways. We would have fun both ways.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see a way that either one of us could lose out, and as long as we respected each other's space,
Mm-hmm.
no violence and no bringing extra people to beat the shit out of each other, I think we
Right.
do very well.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about the atheism-is-unstoppable and the whole doxing thing? Do you guys know about that?
God. Yeah, he's the douche. I mean,
I have
look.
plenty I can say about this, but please, everybody go first.
God damn it.
Go
Well, see,
ahead.
I don't actually know what the original Doc's complaint was, so I want to hear it from somebody that knows what's actually,
Okay,
you know.
okay. I'm going to say what happened, but if this gets back to fucking AIU, that's going to be a hellish thing. I released my video on it, which was a parody of all the drama going on, building up to what do I think about it, showing different screenshots of everybody asking TJ to respond to it, and it's just my icon going, nope, fuck you, I'm out of here. Nope, I don't want that. No matter what I say, no matter what I do, I'm going to get my ass handed to me. But I will give you the history of what actually happened. Last year, Creationist Cat Vadim, the guy that owns quote-unquote Creationist Cat, was doxxed by AIU very publicly. Creationist Cat made a video about it where he pointed out exactly what he did. That video ended up getting flagged and temporarily caused Creationist Cat to have a strike on his channel, but eventually the video was allowed to at least be re-uploaded, which was strange, but for some reason that strike lasted. He couldn't get the strike removed, no matter how hard he tried, and YouTube kept saying they're working on it, and it was a big clusterfuck. So, for 6 months, Creationist Cat had a strike on his channel due to AIU, and his information was doxxed, so he had to just come out and say, this is my human caretaker, quote-unquote. So, that all happened very publicly. A couple of months later, later part of last year, a 14-year-old kid was doxxed with not just where his state or his name, but the state and city that he lived in. First, he just released the name, but then he released following up where the kid lived. He has done this to several people. He is possibly behind, now this is a speculation, and I will state this firmly, it is possible that he is behind several YouTubers out there that have been doxxed and have been swatted. I have a couple of theories of my own, and I don't really want to publicly say them because I don't want to get lambasted. Now, this being said, AIU has publicly admitted that he doxed, and then he turns around and say, no, I only gave out the first names and maybe a location. That's not enough to dox somebody, quote unquote. But then he goes off and says that he's got hacker friends and is seen publicly and privately sending out his hacker friend that has an icon of an ostrich, a cartoon ostrich, to go dox. Atheist Nightmare. Thank you very much. To go dox on his behalf. And so he then also states in many tweets, many comments, many everything, to what they lovingly call his fan base, which are flying monkeys, as they call them, to go flag videos down that he does not like on AIU's behalf. So then what happens is that TJ gives him a platform and puts him in a video. At the same time, Ape is going, hey, this guy's a doxer, you shouldn't do that, you should at least admit that doxing is bad. TJ has been refusing to call AIU out or state that his actions are not even cool. He's kind of sticking up for the dude on a lot of levels by ignoring the subject. Now, some people say it's not TJ is not AIU's mod, and some people say that TJ standing up for AIU is standing up for AIU. But in some ways, I think TJ might just be trying to stay out of it. It's all very subjective. But the battle right now, as it stands, is between Naked Ape and TJ, because Naked Ape wants TJ to admit that Devon Tracy, a.k.a. AIU, is in the wrong for the way he has been handling his channel and his actions. Ta-da!
All right. Cool. Anders, what did you think about that? What do you think about that?
Well, honestly, well, my apologies first off for joining a little bit late. But honestly, I'm kind of trying to stay more or less neutral on this and figure out, okay, what are the actual provable facts? What do we know for certain? What is demonstrably true? I don't care about the hearsays or the rumors or the flying monkey camp or the pro-ape camp or anything like that. I just want to know, what can we demonstrably say for certain is true? And from the looks of it, it looks like at the very least, which Devon Tracy has admitted to, is releasing names. And to me, that goes into the issue of, okay, is anonymity online a necessary component of political discourse? To me, I mean, I don't do what I do anonymously because I feel that it makes the opinions that I'm willing to espouse, it makes me think more carefully about them and be more willing to back them up, have reason, have logic, and not say things that I might try to distance myself later because I might have done it under an anonymous handle. Now, that being said, I understand the need for anonymous handles. I really do, because they are important. Not everybody gets to live in the U.S. Not everybody has the same kind of situation that I do, where I really don't have to worry about this kind of stuff. You know, the potential repercussions, if you will. So it's not. So I don't pretend to say that, okay, my situation, therefore I'm public with my opinions, is applicable to everybody else. No, of course not. I think there's very good and very valid reasons why people should be out there espousing opinions anonymously, and ultimately, I agree with Kraut just today released a video saying that essentially the ability to have an anonymous profile is paramount to political discussion and making sure that quote-unquote unpopular political opinions are heard, and I think he's correct in that. So I ultimately think that, even doxing in any way, shape, or form is not something that I can condone. So, but to circle back around again, I want to focus on the facts, the evidence, what we can demonstrably prove, not all of the emotional bullshit or the tribalism or the zealotry or the camps or anything like that, because I think we're seeing a lot of that out of both the pro and anti-AIU camps.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, what can be proved is the doxing of, like somebody's just said in the chat, yes, they were just right. I just actually, from what I actually found, 4 times and only the names. Yes, Orange is right. Himself, AIU, has doxed 4 people with their names. But
now, did he release more than just their names?
What he had done, and this has been shown by messages, if you watch Ape's last video, you'll see it. Also, if you watch any of the videos where they show the live streams where he states this: I will dox you, I will find out where you live, and he is threatening to do this. If you dislike anything I say, if you do anything against me, you make a video against me, I will do this. He is threatening to. Then you see several, also, there's several tweets, several captures, especially on Ape's video because he's the one that's doing this campaign against him. You will see that he has had specifically his friends do it in his behalf. So he's not doing it directly. It's one of those situations. But he is telling his friends, could you go do this for me, please? Yeah, go get him, Tiger. So he's instigating. He's not just doxing himself, he's instigating others to dox and his fan base to dox, and they are currently trying to go after Naked Ape.
Right. Well, guys, I think that it's just silly to get upset over other things people are saying or are doing on the internet in regard to the extreme of doxing them. I think,
exactly.
We're talking about like a 14-year-old kid. Who cares what they think? They're 14,
Right.
You gotta dox a 14-year-old? I just think it's highly immature.
It's fucking petty.
It is.
Yeah.
It's dangerous right now to go state your opinion on any of it, because if you get targeted, you're going to get targeted hard. And it doesn't matter if you're fully, Anders and myself, I have been doxed myself several times. I've even said my address live. I honestly, like I just recently told you guys, I live in St. Petersburg, Florida. I honestly, I've had a DUI. That's all you're really gonna find on me, really. But I don't even have a credit card, so that's good. But the thing is that when they dox, they go deep, and they start going after phone numbers. These people that do this also hang out on 4chan boards. It's very possible to get, your channels ripped away from you. It's very possible. Now, these are possibilities that can happen with a bad dox. You can have your bank account fucked with, your PayPal fucked with. There's so many things that can happen if somebody really gets a wild hair up their ass at this point and goes, I want to impress AIU.
Yeah,
I'm going to do this.
There is one thing that we shouldn't forget here is, let's not forget that AIU's actions are separate from those of his followers. So we should make sure that we are addressing what AIU, Devin Tracy himself, has actually done and what his followers have done. And
okay, well, here's the problem with that.
If his actions have instigated actions upon the parts of his followers, I feel he should be held accountable for his actions that instigate things.
Yes, he
I think
instigates.
That's nuance that we need to respect here.
Another nuance I really think we need to consider is the difference between doxing somebody, releasing all this public information, and releasing the person's just name. in my regard, the whole Gator thing, it's just a big fucking joke for me. I actually have several different voices that I do, a redneck voice, a fucking Islam voice, and it's all about comedy for me. If I get doxxed and my name gets released, it's not going to be that big of a deal for me. Now, for someone like Kraut T, who lives in Germany, his name gets released, it can end up him being thrown in fucking jail. That's not technically doxing him, but it's still something very serious to consider, that releasing a person's name can have very serious consequences against that person. And I don't think that's something that should be supported irregardless of who it is. Now, in regards to the 14-year-old, children are a protected class in my mind. Leave fucking kids alone. And you shouldn't care to begin with.
Yeah, agreed.
But I hate the whole idea of comparing doxing to fucking releasing a person's name. I think it's bullshit that he did that. I think it's bullshit he is initiating this call to action. He's not doing it himself, but it's still a call to action.
Yeah, he's got a specific friend that he has to do it for him. He says and it's his Harvard friend that has that ostrich guy. What's his name again?
Atheist Nightmare, I think, is the handle he's going by currently.
You sure it's an ostrich and not a turtle?
It's an ostrich.
Yeah, that guy right there. Stay away from him. If you're smart, just stay the fuck away from that guy. That guy is dangerous.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, I'm just going to bring it back to the point that, you know, it's great to be on the internet and expressing yourself, and I think this is great because I really thought, and I still think, our community is really about free speech. And I just think that to have somebody who's one of the largest people in our community basically out there and getting all offended and upset and going out and trying to do something negative to other people because he disagrees with what they have to say or he's negatively affected in some manner, I think this is just ridiculous, and I don't think we should support it at all. But then again, we can't control him. He's going to do what he's going to do, right?
Exactly.
And so,
exactly.
Yeah, we can't control him, but we can still say we don't like this. This is not. We don't support this. This is bad actions. Whether you like the person itself, you can still say what he's doing is wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a scary situation right now because if you do speak up, even in the comment section or anything, you can be targeted by the group thing, which Anders is rightfully stating that you can't hold AIU accountable for just the massive group that thinks it's cool to dox. But if you get targeted right now because you say AIU sucks in the comment section or in Twitter or anything, and they decide to go after you, God knows the damage they can do.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, Lauren, go ahead.
Let me tell you something. I wish a motherfucker would come for me. Come dox me, get my information, put it out, and come get it, motherfucker, okay? Because that will be the worst decision you ever make in your life. And
oh, dear.
Yeah, it really would be.
This is not something that I'm new to because being a men's rights activist, you have to understand, like, it comes with a certain level of backlash, you know, and I'm not afraid. Look, AIU's got friends. I got friends too, motherfucker. And do not let me pull my Trump card out because you will be eating your own fucking words. And you don't just don't. I'm not the one. I'm not the one.
Oh, what a woman.
Now, don't be fucking with Lauren now, girl. She be getting on your ass, okay?
Don't
What's
do
your
it.
number? Yeah, you have a sister.
Awesome.
You're making my gay show. I'm only half gay. You're making it show. Don't do that.
I'm
that's
only
not
half
even
black, so.
Awesome.
So I'm only slightly like taking away from the culture. Because apparently black people are supposed to only breed with each other now. Because they've got to keep together their blackness. You heard that?
Has anybody seen the movement for Black Lives yet? Has anybody seen that?
No.
Which one?
Black Lives?
Yeah. Okay, the movement for Black Lives. Hegbart Celine actually just did a video rather recently on it, and it is essentially
that one.
gives me that in a pretty code of HTML5. Like, their website is incredibly good looking and is beautifully done, but holy shit, they basically want they want like the ability to hire and fire police at will. They want to be given all kinds of money. They want to reduce the amount of money given to the police. I mean, it's all kinds of like, okay, how have you even considered how any of this is even feasible? Like it's literally communist rhetoric that I'm hearing out of these guys, but it's in the cloak of pretty HTML5 graphics essentially.
Do you not understand the oppression of the black man that has been going on for years? We deserve all the monies and all the powers, and you white-hawking motherfuckers are going to give it to us, or we going to take it by any means necessary.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, jeez.
See, the sad part is, that's an exaggeration, but only a little bit. Only a little bit.
Yeah.
No, not. I mean, like, I would encourage people to check out Hegbard's video. He spends about 20 minutes or so going through their website and some of their
it's about 35 minutes, and it's fucking
is it
excellent.
30?
I love that faggot.
I
Yeah.
like to watch his stuff as I go to sleep. He's a really cool guy. He gave me a nice chance when he went on vacation. He allowed me to put one of my videos up on his channel, and he's a really nice guy too.
Oh,
And
yeah, he is. I do artwork for him and Reese on a regular basis.
Oh, did you draw the him sitting in the captain's chair type thing?
No, that wasn't me, but I've done like I've done a few designs for them. I've done a number of thumbnails for their videos. Like some of their first like some of their very first videos, like I did the artwork for, like their Black Pigeon speaks and responses and stuff like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can I just say one thing?
What?
Why has nobody done a parody of Black Pigeon Speaks with Autism Speaks? Come on, people. I'm disappointed in all of you.
Because, well, actually, if anybody does that, I'm sure all the Black Pigeon Speaks fans will do the exact same thing that all the Flying Monkeys are doing right now, which is go nuts and
I volunteer
all
to do the
over
Autism Speaks. I do an excellent retard.
I will help you.
What is your guy? So I guess I shouldn't have to ask. What is your pigeon? Oh my God, my dyslexia. I have a verbal form of dyslexia.
I need to watch the videos, and then I'll study up on
What
his
is your
mannerisms and how he speaks.
opinion, not a pigeon? Oh my God, of black. What is your opinion of Black Pigeon Speaks? God damn, my brain.
I honestly, I feel the same way about him that I feel about Devin Tracy, actually. I think he makes good points on occasion. Well, less frequently than Devin Tracy does, but I think ultimately that Black Pigeon Speaks has a very obvious bias. And like, I watched one video where he was like, we have all of these issues, and then all of a sudden they somehow meant that they were all the fault of women. And I was looking at my screen like, the fuck did I just hear? Like, none of these things in my mind correlate to women, and yet somehow women.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fucking cringe is real with shit like that. I've seen more than a few anti-feminists do exactly that, and I'm just sitting here like, y'all motherfuckers are just like an SJWs. Full horseshoe effect. Thank you.
I really love MRAs, but one time the MRAs let me down, and I have to admit this. One time, honey badgers pissed me off, and I got to admit this. It pissed off a couple of ex-Muslims too, like badly, like Skepo. Was publicly pissed off about it when they
Can I say what I think it was? I think I know what it was.
Yeah,
was it the part when they were saying that the reason why the suicide, why the Islamic fighters are doing it is because they feel emasculated?
Yeah, that was part of it, and the reason why women don't drive in Israel, fuck, words. Sorry, I lost my voice and now I can't even try to talk. They were saying shit, the reason why they don't drive there is because women just don't want to. And even if you gave them that right, they wouldn't want to drive. They want the men to take care of them. The only reason why the women and children get beat in the house, especially the children, is because the men come home, the woman says that child was bad, you should beat that child. It's all the women's fault. Like, holy shit, because they were trying to show how, like, and Habib was there, and he's like, men are suffering in these countries because there can be no growth without equality. Because the men are stuck having to conform to such weird patterns of living that they can't, their wives can't go off and work and help out. Their wives can't leave the house until they get home, so they have to do all the shopping after working really hard hours. Their wives can't, be an extra member of society, so everything falls on the man. It gets really taxing, and that's what Habib wanted to point out. And a lot of the men that want to get out of there, they can't, and there's a lot of depression, there's a lot of infighting, and nobody is treated fairly there. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And in a lot of ways, but the women, on the women's side, is what he wanted to point out when it came to real hardships, and they turned it all the way around to it's the men's. Or it's the women's. The women's did it. The women's did it. Literally, it's the women's fault. And
Well,
I
mean,
they turn it around a little bit later, but they screwed the pooch on that one just a little.
Yeah, but can we say would it be safe to say that in that environment that they're speaking of, that men and women are both persecuted by their religious system?
Yeah,
or the
and that's
government?
what, that was the point they were trying to make, and they ended up just going full tilt boogie. Women don't drive literally because they don't want to. The women would not take these opportunities if you gave them to them. They did a poll, and mostly the upper class Muslim women, they didn't want to work and they didn't want to drive. So why would any of them want to work or drive?
That makes sense to me.
This also goes to a problem essentially with polling in the Middle East. There was a paper that I was looking at that was polling like a lot of Muslim countries and places with high Muslim populations, and their sample sizes, when I actually dug into like the data of the paper, the sample sizes were abysmally small. We're talking like less than 2,000 at the high end, and I'm like, how are we supposed to get any meaningful data out of these sample sizes? Like, you're just not polling enough people.
Yeah, it looked like they were just taking people directly, probably from only the upper class.
Yeah, but is it possible? Okay, now I'm not saying that this is true across the board in every case, but is it possible that there are women who don't want to drive and don't want to do that just because they don't want to have all the rights that men have because they're brought up to believe that they're not supposed to have them?
Yeah, they're brainwashed is the thing, and that was something that they were trying to, like, what people was trying to tell them is like, if you give them at least the option, they should at least have the option. Now, if they don't ever decide to drive, that's their own personal, choice. If they want to stay a Muslim, that's their own personal choice. We're not asking for them to change if they don't want to, but we would like the rights to be there. Like, it only recently became illegal to beat your wife to the point of hospitalization. There was no law for that until recently.
Yeah, and can I talk, please?
Go.
No, you cannot talk. Okay, go ahead. I am oppressing you. Go ahead now. Go ahead.
Anyway,
I'm done oppressing you.
So, in every society, you're going to have people that accept it or embrace it. Like, no matter even how hospitable it is. I mean, I know this is completely fictional, but I mean, in like the previous Star Wars extended universe, there were people that wanted the Empire back because they viewed it as like, no, things were stable, things were good back then. I have family members that went from the Rank Republic that were pretty much still fighting, saying, no, things were good when we lived under a dictator. It's like, there's in every society, no matter how grown up, people are still gonna want to be there. You can't just point out those few that say, well, this is good. Just say like the overall, just like big. Oh well, so now every one of this group is like this.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're the honey badgers. Okay, they are an MRA group, right? So they're going to focus, even though they're about equal rights. They're going to focus more on the men's rights issues because it is kind of a answer to the feminist movement, right? And some of the, what I'm saying? So each side's going to oversteer a little bit, right, in their arguments. Mm-hmm. And now I allow for some of that in arguments, but when it comes to the point where somebody says all men do this or all women do that, I've talked to people that were MGTOW before that told me that all women are bad in that. And this one guy I was talking to, I think he was like 18 or something, right? And he was telling me like all women are doing this and doing that, and I'm like, dude, not all women. I mean, you know, you may have met a few, and believe me, I've met a lot of them that you're like what you're talking about, right? But that doesn't mean that necessarily all women are like that, right? And so it's easy to fall into that trap, but I think that's something to stay away from. Now when we talk about groups, actual groups like feminists, right? I don't know if MRA classifies as a organized group in the same way that, say, feminists would, right?
Yeah,
but,
they do. Well, Lauren, ask Lauren.
Well, what I'm saying though is like if you there's different styles of doing it, and if you talk to, say, a feminist, they'll tell you, well, there's one definition of feminism, even though there's gazillions of definitions of feminism, right? And there's different types of feminist, right? And you have intersectional feminism, which is different from feminism, right? And so when somebody tells me that there's only one type of feminism, either they're lying to me or they know less about feminism than I do. You know, so now when you talk about MRAs, is there a structured mission statement in the MRAs that all the MRAs agree to? I don't know that there is one. There's probably a basic, you know, a few rules, right?
Yeah, there is actually there is actually a mission statement sort of thing, and it is that they are pushing for legally, where like legal with children problems. They are pushing for homeless issues, circumcision on some sects. That's not in every sect. The circumcision is that one that floats. Okay, most of the MRAs want no more circumcision. I think it's they want it. It's child abuse. There's no reason to do it anymore. That's their stance on the whole argument. But it's mostly the child care and the homeless situation, and divorce help is some of their main goals, because the homeless are treated like shit. Also, financial aid is very for lower class people is very skewed. It more so goes to women than it would go to a straight white man, and straight white man dealing with the same circumstances as a black woman, and they're dealing with the same exact financial situations the black woman would be off the street in 30 seconds. The black man would be off the street in about 5 months. So they're trying to even out that a little bit, or a lot.
Right,
and,
right. But is there a dogma? You know what I'm saying? Is there a dogma in the same sense that there is for feminism? Because feminism started with a dogma. So it's utopian socialism, and that's how it started, right?
Let me put it to you this way. This is what pissed me off about them, and this should tell you whether or not there's a dogma. They started saying during that whole argument that upset me, the major time that they've pissed me off, other than that I love men's rights activists, okay? To saying this because I really respect the work that they do, is that they started saying that Israeli women and Muslim women were actually in control of the men behind the scenes because they had control of the house, therefore they had a soft power. And so they're the reasons why men are having so many issues in Israel, or in the Israeli country.
Well, I don't think you can blame one sex, you know, either way for any of that stuff. But when you're talking about like a group, like say feminism, right? And I use that loosely in the sense, like in the broadest sense possible, because there's different types of feminism and stuff, right? But when you're talking about a group that follows a dogma that tries to legislate, right, and they do it to gain power over the other gender, right? Okay, then that I have a problem with if it's something where people are saying like, well, everything is the women's fault or everything is the men's fault, right? It's like there is you know, it's the two genders working together that's causing this, right?
As far as I know, that's the only time honey badgers did that. So
also, it's kind of like if you're going to be a bad guy and you're going to try to get power and control other people and get people to do something, you're going to want to do it under the guise of something that's good, equality or something like that. You're going to want to say like, no, I care about people, I'm for these people, I want to help them out. But meanwhile, you're trying to gain power over them, you're using their emotions against them, the whole victim ideology and stuff like that. And so it's exactly what you would do if you're a bad guy.
I want to
do it.
Yeah, well, check this out. Okay, I gotta say this about Kazum. I gotta rag on Kazum again here. Right?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Great.
Okay, okay.
He's my friend. I'm bracing.
Okay,
He's my friend. I like him, but boy.
He said he was going to beat me to a pulp if he ever saw me in that, so he's on my shit list. But anyway, because first of all, he can't do it, and he won't do it, and secondly, it's never going to happen. So hey, I got the internet, right? But anyway, he went off on Sargon because Sargon on his last This Week in Stupid started talking. He opened talking about the radical fairies, right?
Yeah.
And the radical fairies, I don't know that much about it other than what Kazum said and what Sargon was saying in the article he had. He was commenting on it that they had a problem with black gays in their group. They were discriminating against gay fairies, right? So Sargon's kind of laughing as he's reporting this because it sounds funny. You know, when you read this up, it sounds funny to a straight male, right? Or a straight white male. But what sounds funny about it is part of it is that why would they accept all the stuff they accept, but yet they would be against black gays or black fairies in their wording, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
now this is their wording, right? This isn't Sargon. Sargon was reading this article that was like with the radical fairies, right? Okay, so anyway, Kazum got all pissed off about that, so he's like, oh, well, you think it's funny. Now, if you watch Kazum's videos, he makes fun of this flamboyant gay voice that he does, right? It's not his voice. He's making fun of gays saying it, right? He's like, hi, this is Kazum when he starts his videos, right? And then he starts talking normal again, right? Okay, so now if he can do that, that's just as homophobic as if I do it, right? So where's the connection there? Okay, so now what the thing is so he gets pissed off about Sargon because Sargon's laughing about that, right? Okay, now he just made a video about egalitarianism, right? And he says, if you're egalitarian, what do you accept? Do you accept this? Do you accept that? You know, if there's a racial event going on, do you go to it, whatever? Well, Sargon tried to bring up the issue of racism, and Kazumi went off on him about being homophobic. Right?
Oh
but that wasn't the issue he was addressing. He was addressing racism. Right?
Well, I can see where Kazum was coming from on one part of it, and then on the other part of it, I can see where Sargon was coming from this. But I'll let somebody else speak because I've been blithering enough, but I'll just get back to me on that. Because I've hung out with radical fairies, so I know where Kazum is coming from.
Well, see, the thing is it's not important that we all know what everybody's thinking all the time with everything, right? It's not important that I'm part of the radical fairy culture. I'm straight, right?
Yeah,
I don't care.
I'm sorry, one question.
What I'm saying is it doesn't concern me. I don't give a shit, right? The only time that it concerns me, the only time I care about it, is if there's people who are harassing them, who are trying to hurt them, and then I would care about them for the same reason I'd care about anybody else, right? If there's a fight, I'm going to jump in, right? But if it's something where okay, Kazum starts talking about they do these pagan things, and it's like you got the
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
Well, you got the guy that's nude, like on all fours with a dog collar leash on him or whatever, and the guy's walking him around, and then Sargon's laughing at that. I'm going to laugh at that if I see it, right? And I don't care if people think that's homophobic. If I laugh at it, it's funny. You shouldn't have that. Okay, you don't do that in every setting. Right?
If it was a girl walking around a guy with a dog collar, would you laugh at that too? Fuck yeah!
Either way, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Actually,
there's a couple that I see at my local Walgreens where it's a guy that's like an old punk rocker kind of guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he dresses like a woman, right? And he's got the leather, like he's got the fishnets and all this other stuff, right? And he's got this young hot girl that's like a dominatrix that walks him around on a leash through Walgreens, and I see them every once in a while, right? Now, I try not
That's
to
awesome.
laugh.
I'm sorry. I would laugh. I would walk up and be like, look, I need to take a picture with y'all. Y'all are just fucking awesome.
Well, see, now, am I homophobic if I'm like, whoa, what's that? There's a vampire girl that goes through there every once in a while, and I thought the first time I saw her was on like Devil's Night Day, right? So I thought, oh, the girl's going to a Halloween party, right? Well, I saw her in August, and she still had the same cape on, the same fangs, the same makeup. And okay, so if I get a shocked expression, or if I laugh or whatever, I'm going to be condemned for that? I don't think so. You know, that's you know, the whole point of it. Okay, see, here's the thing: Kajun either misses or he's disingenuous about it. If you're walking around nude, eating as much as you can to get as fat as you can, to be to go against the establishment, right? If you're doing that to go against the establishment and going around saying I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay everywhere you go, just to say you're a contrarian, then what you're expecting, the only reason you do that is for attention. And if you're doing it for attention, you're going to get some negative attention. That comes with it. You know, now, generally when I meet somebody, the first thing out of my mouth isn't I'm straight, right? Or it's not like, okay, I do rock and roll, or I used to, and that. It's not like I'm going to walk around with my leathers all over the place and all my satanic stuff and my spikes and all this other shit.
Well, why not? Why not, TJ?
Well, if I
awesome.
did, if I did, and I've been in situations where I've done the late night thing, and I've went into work with full makeup and all that, and changed in the bathroom, and people laugh and stuff like that, and I expect it. Right?
Yeah.
And I joke around with it. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not an issue, right? Because it's like I do that to get noticed, to do that scene, and I realize I'm in another scene. Now, Kajun talks about how, you know, I want to smell however I want to smell. So he's got some kind of smell thing going on. That's why he calls himself Stinky, right? Okay, he says, I want to smell how I want to smell. I want to be nude wherever I go. I want to do this and do that, and you have to accept it. It's like, well, fine, you know, I accept it, but you got to accept my laughter.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a difference between saying this is funny to me and I don't think you should do that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not. Well, that's the whole thing.
Just don't expect me to, you know, don't expect me to like go, oh yes, you're perfect, you're great. Yeah.
Is he roboting to you a little bit, or is that just me?
No, he's roboting.
He's
You're roboting a little bit, Anders. The whole thing, though, from my perspective, is that I understand Kajun being upset that his group of friends was being mocked. And that's basically what I think that triggered Kajun. I have hung out with radical fairies before, and I understand the whole let's have a black day because they've had all sorts of different themed parties. I don't agree with forcibly kicking out white allies. I could understand it being more like, let's try to keep this as, you know,
well, they were kicking out black people. That's what the thing Sargon was commenting on.
Yeah, they were kicking out they were kicking out white people because it wasn't, hold on, my computer's trying to overheat. They were kicking out black people, or kicking out white people because it was a black-only event. Because they wanted black people to be more comfortable. Kajun's stance on that was that it was black people can sometimes feel uncomfortable around white people. And my whole thing is that, but by segregating them, you're giving them more of a reason to feel more uncomfortable and more unified alone. Yep. So I can see the mockery.
Okay, so these people are going. Okay, so fill me in on this. So these people are walking around with the wearing nothing but the dog collars and the cowboy boots or whatever, right?
No, they wear. It depends on your sex. So those are the BDSMers, and they can be in anything. These are pagans.
Okay, there's a place in Detroit called Todd's, and it's the Marquee now, but it used to be called Todd's, and it was one of the biggest gay bars in the nation. I used to play there with the rock bands, right? And when you went there on certain nights, it was like anything goes. And it was like anything goes. G.G. Allen used to play there, right?
Nice.
Okay, now what I'm saying is, I can walk through there and I can accept that there's all this weird debauchery, if you want to call it, or whatever, all this weird stuff going on. What's that?
Sorry, no, that was my fault.
Oh, that's right. Well, it's just I can go through that. And I can play that. What was funny is I was on stage and I did a song, and at the end of the song, some girls lifted their shirts because that was like the rock and roll thing to do back then, right? and some guys lifted their shirts right next to him, right? And in the band, we all got a chuckle out of that, right? And I'm like, and I turn around and I'm like to the band, I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna hit with the guys and the girls, right? And the thing is like I was joking with them. I'm like, hey man, I'm walking out of here with my back to the wall, man. You guys. But the thing is we're
Don't
just
worry,
joking.
it only feels like warm yogurt.
Yeah.
Come on, I had to say that one.
You're gonna feel a slight pinch here.
But do you see what I'm saying?
Just remember the last time you were at the Proctile. Just breathe in and just relax.
Well, I had a guy come up and give me the gay handshake one time, right? And
What the fuck is that?
There's a gay
What is
handshake.
that?
Yeah, there's
there's
an
a-
actual gay handshake.
What is that?
yeah, there's a gay handshake. What it is they reach out, and it's like a traditional like business kind of style handshake, open hand handshake. And what they do is they drag their middle finger like over your palm as a
Oh, I remember that one. Okay.
yeah, and it's not
Yikes.
the same as a snap. It's not the snap pop thing, right? But what it is, it's this really not so subtle thing of saying like hey, I'm gay, or what about you, you know? And the thing is like, okay, you know, now if you flip out about that, you go crazy and kill somebody over that, okay, that's one thing. But if you just laugh it off, I don't think that's destructive, right? And it's not like I follow the guy around and say, hey, that guy's gay, you know, whatever. It's what I'm saying is everything's an offense. Like when Kajun talks about this, it's like everything's an offense. Now the racism wasn't even an issue with Kajun. It was not the issue. His issue was Sargon laughed at them. Okay, well.
Yeah, it was Kazum getting upset that his friends were getting mocked at the video.
Yeah, but they're probably not even his friends. He wasn't there. You know, he wasn't one of the radical fairies. He said he was part of the fairy community, whatever that was, but he wasn't one of them. So it doesn't even apply to them.
It does apply to him because he hangs out with the fairies. He even said what his fairy name is. It's Stinky.
Well, he's a gainer though, which is a different club.
But you can be in all sorts of different groups. You can't.
Yeah, but you can't hang out. You can't hang out with the buff gays if you're like that.
No,
they have different communities within themselves.
Okay, you're going a little off the rails here. He can be a gainer and still hang out with the fairies, and still be this, and still he's not secluded to just one thing. He's many different weird things, and that's fine.
Well, no, actually, no, because if he identifies as one thing, that puts him as odds with the other people who are like the buff gays.
I'm not saying that he's a buff gay. I'm saying that he's a fairy and a gainer. He's a nudist, fairy, gainer, atheist.
But is he actually a radical fairy?
Yes.
He is a radical fairy. He's a member of the group.
Yes, that's what he said in the video. He's been hanging out with them for years.
Okay, so now what qualifies one as a radical fairy that they're part of that group? What are the qualifications?
You get naked and you have fun in the woods with them a couple of billion times and you respect them. And then
so that's like any swinger club, right?
I'm sorry, but I have no obligation to respect anybody other than who I choose.
Can someone please tell me what the hell you guys are talking about? I hear fairies and growers, and I'm just like, is this
you guys
Well, no, I mean, if you're gonna laugh at it, is there nothing we can laugh at?
Yeah, I think that's a very valid point. And with dealing with Kazum, he's very confused and conflicted. Even when he laughs or mocks something, including in his last video, he's like, I feel guilty about making videos where I join in a tirade when I go against something that is like predominantly an anti-feminist or whatever talking point, because I feel like I'm helping. Because he made this pissed me off a little bit. He made a video that says, are you really egalitarian? Then prove it. And I'm like, so I wrote down, and he goes, but it can't be anything against cis white men. And I'm, you know, what else? What other demographics besides cis white men are you fighting for if you are an egalitarian? And I went in there and I put a bunch of shit that I fight for that I agree with on egalitarian fronts, including white men or just men in general, divorce problems, because I'm not going to have anybody tell me that I can't take that out of my egalitarian fighting because somebody says so. Because they don't count.
That's why I'm an egalitarian. fuck everybody.
Yeah. Well, you know, I ask him if he ever, you know, how much money he gives to MDA, and if he's ever fought any skinheads, physically fought them, right? Which I have, okay? And has he given any money to stem cell research? Which I do, right? Okay, now that's egalitarian as much as any racial issue or any gay issue.
When you say skinheads, do you mean Nazis?
I mean Nazis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in Detroit,
we're not talking about Anders. We're not talking about Anders.
Yeah,
No,
the
I'm
skinheads-
talking about
the
guys
skinheads
who
are the
show up.
ones that you beat them. Those aren't the ones you donated. You beat those ones up, right?
Yeah, I didn't donate.
Okay.
Wait, Anders, do you secretly have a swastika
I was
on
like,
the back of your
let me
head?
just throw some money at it.
I see it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to tease you.
Watch out, Anders. I got Photoshop.
It looks like there's a triangle.
I
with
do
an
too.
eye.
No, but what I'm saying is you get these guys. Okay, like what he does is he condescends to people in like every other video now, right?
Yeah.
And it's like something like, well, are you egalitarian enough? Well, are you Republican enough? Are you liberal enough? Are you, you know? And it's like he's talking down to people like he's on some platform where it's like, I want to be like Kajun, you know, I want to be more like him. And it's like, I don't want to be anything like that guy.
No.
No.
I'm too
I
busy
like
trying to
Kajun as
enjoy
a-
my fucking life and laugh at shit to be too concerned about whether I'm fucking egalitarian or not, whether I'm feminist enough or not. Fuck all that shit. I'm trying to live a life where I can be happy, where my family can be happy. And if I see something happening in front of me, I'm not going to ignore it. I'm going to speak up about it. Because fuck bullies.
Right.
And
Exactly.
if you want to be a bully, I'm going to come at you. I'm going to say some shit.
I think everybody is way too hung up on their fucking labels now. Like you read like someone's fucking page, it's like, I'm a black, trans, egalitarian, blah blah blah. Like it's like this big list. Like I don't give a shit what you identify as. I care about what you've accomplished.
I care about you as a person, and let's talk about things other than just, well, my label is this, therefore I believe in this, and there's no budging me.
Right. Don't box yourself into this.
Yeah.
One of my...
I'm a cosmic voyager.
What were you saying, Laura?
I'm saying and that's the thing about labels, you know. Like I would classify myself. I would apply several labels to myself, and I do. But that doesn't mean that I necessarily agree with every single person who also identifies as that specific thing.
Exactly.
Okay, I am a small L libertarian. Does it mean that every single libertarian value I ascribe to? Absolutely not. I'm socially, I am liberal. Fiscally, I am conservative. That, in my mind, is the best way to be a libertarian. But everyone doesn't have to agree with me. Okay, but that's it's the problem with labels. Like we try to classify ourselves so that we can identify with other people who share the same values or certain values, but we get too hung up on the labels simply because it's just a way to find other people to help us cope with reality.
It's like people that want to be a part of something.
Right.
Guys,
I think
exactly.
It's kind of ingrained in our biology, I think. It makes sense that we would want to work together as a team or get together with other people for survival purposes. And so I think this whole thing of feeling like it feels good to be part of a group. If you've ever been to a concert, you're there at the concert, you're all doing the same thing. There's this supposed assumption that everybody's sharing the same values. We love that feeling. We really want that. And people take advantage of that. They take advantage of our desire for that, and they use it to gain power and control over others. So,
yeah.
See, I think the issue arises when you take that label and you replace it with your identity. So
Yes.
the label in of itself becomes your identity, and you're no longer able to formulate yourself outside of that label.
Right.
And when you start identifying with that label so strongly that it becomes your identity, you inherently become a zealot for that label and that identity, if you will, and you lose a certain, ability to accept outside ideas and think rationally on things, even if it's part of your own label and identity. Because I think there are some, great critiques that could be made of even, this little federated community, and when people become so zealotrous that they're unable to see beyond that inherent label and accept internal and external criticisms, then they become zealots, and then there's an issue forming.
I think that a lot of the people are struggling to find an identity, and then they find a home, and then then leads to the other stuff that you were talking about.
Yeah, there's that too.
The major problem that I've been seeing in the debate communities, at least on our side, is that a bunch of feminists and SJWs keep releasing videos saying, why are you critiquing people on their appearance first and being so nasty, and this is harassment, and then the people focus on that part of the video going, that's, it's not, whatever with the harassment thing, I'm all for rule number 14 of the internet, do not talk to trolls. Do not argue with trolls. It means they won, and by making videos like that, they're asking for fucking trouble. If anybody made a video like that, you'd get trolled. I don't care who the fuck you are. But the thing is, that's been pissing me off on our side, is that with all these labels and everything like that, and every little, all these flaws in these ideologies that people could immediately start picking apart, I'd say about 60% of the videos I've seen lately go straight for the looks. Out of the uncontrollable looks. We're not talking about the blue hair or the fucked up piercing or the bad tattoo. We're talking about weight, age, and looks.
Well, that's a good point. But there are some people who actually ask for that, right? And when you look at Jenny McDermott and Jenny McDermott, her go-to thing when she starts condescending to people or talking down to people is she'll use the mangina term, all this other stuff. She'll make these sexual jokes, kind of trying to diminish men, right? So now when she does that, looking the way she does and doing all the weird stuff that she does with her makeup and everything else, it's like it leaves her open for the same, right? So it's like well, yeah, and if somebody starts by doing their comedy, if it's comedy, or doing their insults by going right to the physical thing, then they should expect that back,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, all right, sorry.
Okay, now you go.
I was gonna say they want to fucking sling shit and then play the victim when it gets slung back.
Well, it was disappointing because there's this kid named Unkinster or whatever, and he did it. Oh God, I have to look him up. He did a video with this other guy that's named Devil's Advocate, and they did a collab, and they did it on that girl that says, "Please stop saying all lives matter." And the kid that the video was being hosted on, where he had the guest of Devil's Advocate, just immediately goes off on land whale jokes and oh my God, you're so hideous. And I got fucking 20 seconds to that part because they had a nice intro. I'm like, okay, they're gonna double team this. We're gonna see what they have to say. And it was just fat jokes for about 40 seconds. I turned it off. I can't fucking deal with it anymore. It's like, you guys are embarrassing us. Stop it.
Right, it's ad hominem.
Well, to play devil's advocate for a moment, I think there is also a necessary tool in ridicule. And if you are able to poke fun at somebody, but yet at the same time still be able to bring cogent arguments, I think that's a good combination. I think that both do have their place, and me personally, I'm more responsive to the logical arguments, but I do see the necessity of saying, okay, hey, you know, this person right here, they're kind of silly, and we can poke fun at them because for the sake of entertainment, while still destroying their arguments. I mean, that's ultimately what a lot of comedy is.
A lot of parts of this, I don't know if you guys saw Baring's video where he did point out this kid who did nothing, but he went after an anti-feminist for going after a young feminist with just going, like, literally, I saw that. It was 5-minute long video of, you're a fat cow, you're ridiculous, you don't know what you're talking about, please don't ever breed, to a 14-year-old fat feminist, saying, you'll never respond to anything, I bet $50 you'll close your comments. She didn't. She responded to everything politely. She even responded to Baring's video politely and had bigger balls than that little fucking kid did. Wow. And I actually like that feminist. I like that 14-year-old feminist better because she had balls to respond to everything, stand up for her words, and is like, I'm sorry you don't agree with me, but I'm really glad that you made this video. You made me feel a lot better about myself, and that I don't have to be attacked to be having a conversation.
Okay.
That's good.
Liz, this is where I'm going to disagree with you because words don't have any meaning at all. They're just sounds you make out of your mouth. And I think if people get offended by them, I think if you get offended by sounds people make out of their mouths, then that's a real problem for you.
I'm not the one getting offended. I just find it. That's all the brains going on. All the brains going on. Why go to this? Why immediately? Okay, I'm not saying that you can't throw in a whale joke here and there because Jenny McDermott looks like a corpse. Okay, but I'm then going to go
I think corpses actually want to fuck more than her.
I look like a better looking corpse, and I look like a crack hoe because I can also go turn it around and turn it into self-deprecating humor. Then I'm gonna go attack her arguments.
It's like this. It's like the same thing when Alex Jones went on the Young Turks, and then they flipped out and they were like, "Oh, you're fat, you fucking bitch." It's like they made Alex Jones look good.
Yeah, they did. You had an opportunity. You could have said, you're wrong because Trump's policies on this are bad and this are bad, and your mother's a whore and you're fat. But they didn't. They didn't. They just said your mother's a whore and you're fat, basically. Not they didn't say your mother's a whore.
They could have at least said something meaningful.
But, if you're gonna, that's what I'm trying to say. Is that if you are going to do a video, do not fall back on the look part that you can't control. Now, take Dirty Hippie Panda, for example. She did a video on this feminist that had light teal hair, the same color as like the icon of like Lauren, you know, that blue. She had hair that color and skin whiter than mine with makeup on it so thick it looked like it was gonna crack. And you had to say something. I mean, it's like that was intentional. You did that to yourself, darling.
Well, I want to say one more thing, and that is, I really think that by somebody calling somebody fat and being rude and mean to somebody in a video format, I think that's a very healthy and productive thing. And the reason is because by that person seeing that, it's allowing them to question how they are reacting to the things other people are doing. And I think if somebody made a video, and I welcome anyone to do it if they like, that just curses at me and tells me how terrible I am, tell me how much I suck, this and that, that's not going to affect me at all. In fact, I encourage that. If you guys would like, Dozo, go right ahead.
4 different voices.
That sounds amazing.
Pulling up my broadcaster now.
And I think it's really good because it helps build personal fortitude so that if somebody is mean to you or you have a problem in your life, you overcome it. You don't let what other people do or say affect you. You fight through it, and it helps to build character, I think. So those people who suck, who make those shitty videos, it's useful. It's good.
They're helping build characters. You sound like a dad.
Logic, you have a caterpillar under your nose.
I am your dad. What?
You have a caterpillar under your nose.
Oh?
No,
that sounds like your dad. It builds character. Go walk it off.
It builds character. Go walk it off.
Let me just fucking rash on you for about 5 minutes.
Did a brown pearl necklace on him. Come on, do it right.
But that's not the society we live in now. Now when you like you know, you do ad hominem attacks and you call someone fat and ugly or whatever. They just use that as ammo to use against you, and they say, "Look how harassed I am," and then everyone fucking agrees with them because
then people get money to their
martyr.
Patreon and they become a martyr. Yeah,
Exactly.
It proves their point. Is my biggest problem. It proves the fucking SJW's point when they say they only just sit there and call us fat. Just a bunch of men calling us fat, and then a bunch of men make a bunch of videos calling them fat.
Right.
So then they
Look how
don't
hard
listen
my
to
life
the
is.
argument that's maybe in between the fat rolls. They don't pay attention to that.
Well, if you're
Well, if
going to
you're-
deconstruct
if you're
someone's
okay with
argument
being-
and kill their fucking points, deconstruct their arguments. Kill their points.
If you're-
Do it
Then
seriously.
call them fat.
Then
If
call
you're
them
okay
fat.
with being
Absolutely
Well,
call
no,
them fat.
If you want to be
Absolutely.
serious, be
Fair, though.
serious. If you want to be a
My
joke, be a joke.
Patreons, my victim complex. I love chat. All I'm asking the internet is if you're gonna throw the fat joke in there, make sure that your breaking apart of their arguments trumps the fat joke. Just scale it up a little bit. Come on, we can do better. Just a little bit. Come on.
Yeah.
Faith in
Or
you.
make separate videos. You know, make your logical video and then make your fat shaming video. You know, at least split it up. You know, do something
Yeah.
like that.
Nobody,
Long
they're not
time
gonna
ago.
watch
At
it.
the very least, mix it together. For every fat joke, you do one logical joke.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Not just 15 minutes of you calling somebody a land whale and they shouldn't breed.
I did
There
a
you go.
I did a series of video responses to Wendem, right? And and the only reason I did it in this one thing was that there was these two young guys that were like kind of new to his group, and they made videos, and he just totally was bullying on them, right? And it was just like, I was like, okay, so I bought this blonde wig, right? So I had this long blonde wig, and that's all it took. I didn't even have to act like him. I just wore the wig, and I had it all like scraggled out and stuff. And then I made the arguments with the wig on, right? And I didn't make a big deal about it, but I kept like having the wig like hang in front of my face and that, where I had to blow it out of the way and all that. And that pissed him off so much because he's got the long blonde hair, right? And it was like I didn't have to say anything about the way he looked. I just did that little thing, right? And his followers were pissed. He was pissed, whatever. And it was like I never said a joke about his hair or anything. I just wore that wig, right? So it's like he can't say like I said this and that. So then he comes out with a video and he's like, "Why don't you fix your nose?"
Oh,
You know,
What you just said? I'm sorry. It's.
Well, that doesn't bother me.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to do my Kurt Cobain tribute.
Right. And yeah, it could have meant anything, but they know that because I was doing a response to him. He was so offended by that because he's like, I've heard him say that before when people say certain lines to him. It's like, what, you think I'm an old hippie? You think I'm an old rocker? That kind of thing. And he gets all offended by that, and I wouldn't, right? But he gets offended by it, you know, because in his mind he's a scholar, you know, he's a scholar.
I have had people immediately. This is the best part. Is that when I've been in hangouts and they immediately jump onto my weight, and they immediately jump onto like my hollowed out appearance, and I just let them go, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, you do know that I'm a cripple, right? And that I'm gonna probably die of my disease. And they go, and then everybody just goes, oh, and I'm like, mm-hmm. So anyway, your mom's a whore.
Yeah.
As soon as there's like that dead silence, you know, I just pick that right fucking like thing to go.
Yeah, timing counts.
Timing in comedy is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Now, I have something to bring up. I don't know if anyone else here has seen. So, Copper Cab, a.k.a. Michael Kittrell, a.k.a. now, yes, I haven't seen Keemstar's video, but now he is now transitioning into Claire.
He's gotta be trolling.
Keemstar is more rational than I would have been about it.
Nope.
He's done. I
Oh my god!
I know the people behind that, and I just gotta say that he's the best fucking Poe. He's got so many people confused.
Dude, I love him. He's hilarious.
In a fucking supposedly legitimate fucking news website, I think it was The Sun or something, that was fucking saying, oh, troll behind, or, no, not troll, person behind Gingers Have Soul viral video is transsexual now. Like, it was actually serious. Like,
Oh
Yeah.
my god, somebody thought it was real.
kill me,
Yeah.
please!
Yeah, there's a whole.
I
Listen,
have the
I
news
have
article. I have the news
That
article.
is
Hold
the
on.
best.
He's so brilliant with how good he does.
It's fucking epic.
Okay,
I have to say,
I
watched
gotta-
the video. I watched
Okay,
the video.
alright,
and
I have to
kinda
find this
believed
article.
it.
I
I
did
kind
it.
of believed it. I don't know. I'm being trolled, aren't I?
He was the
You are
voice
being
behind he was the voice behind the Trigglypuff interview video that people thought was real. That people thought the Trigglypuff was being interviewed by the lawyer,
Yeah. Alright.
and people thought it was fucking real.
Okay, look. The Sun, UK. I just want to be myself. Star of viral Gingers Have Soul meme becomes a
And
woman after undergoing sex change.
Oh my god.
They legitimately.
The fuck?
Look,
Yes.
Holy
Copper
shit.
Cab
Yeah.
wins Troll of the goddamn year.
Troll level
Oh my
over
God.
9,000. I mean, this is all kinds of just like amazing.
That's
The like, come on, guys, you can't tell that that's slightly photoshopped. Like, come on.
You don't
Like,
know
he
that.
fucking airbrushed that, and
I never even heard of this.
look, and these are fake. These are fake.
People are probably so
Oh,
afraid to accuse
totally.
someone of not actually transitioning. And,
That's why
like,
he's doing it.
Exactly, it's fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
And then I love this. They
Yeah.
transition into, in the 6 years since the Gingers Have Souls meme surged popularity, Claire has filmed a number of videos which angrily respond to her haters who appear to enjoy tormenting her and getting a reaction. Idiots!
Idiot.
What's going on? This is
Autism of
like
this
a
article.
bunch
Oh my
of 60-year-old men trying to report on what the youngins are doing online. Like, they have no idea what's going on. And then, let's see. So Gavin McInnes weighs in here. Oh, and our friend Ian is famous now.
Which Ian? Which Ian? Load up. I can't see.
Ian,
Hold on.
alright, Ian. I thought you knew.
Oh,
You're
no,
breaking
I
up.
didn't.
You're breaking up. You're
Whoa,
breaking
don't
up.
robot again, dude.
Fuck me. Alright.
Let me open it. Click onto you. And which Ian? Copper Cab. Ian. Oh my God, Ian the pig.
Yeah,
Oh, did you say the pig icon?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Ian. Ian, you're on the news. You fucking faggot.
I tweeted this out and I told him, hey, look, Ian, you're famous.
Wait, who? Ian who?
Ian is a little troll kid. He's a nice guy, and he's really good at getting a rise out of people. He's really funny.
What's his Twitter
he's a
handle?
good guy.
I can't remember. It's
At DAVISIAIN0. It's right there.
you need to mute yourself and unmute yourself, Anders. You're a robot like a bitch.
Oh yeah, come back in the room. It'll be fixed probably.
Alright.
Thanks, Google Plus. Okay, guys. So, anything else on this? Ian? Some Ian person we don't know anything about? Or wait, you know, I don't know.
Ian is just a really good troll. I would tell you things I knew, but then I would probably get trolled, so I can't.
Okay, all right.
That's how good of a troll he is. I cannot speak of what he's done. I will put in the side chat something I know that he has done, and then you guys will know what I'm talking about. So
He's one of those people that's like, I'm really glad to have you as a friend because I'd hate to have you as an enemy.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, two things.
Oh, good grief.
First thing, Liz, check your Twitter because I send you what Rule 63 is.
Okay.
And
Look.
two, you guys remember how we were talking about that whole group thing?
Mm-hmm.
I just found probably one of the most stupidest thing I've seen. Oh God! When it comes to ironically, it's not even SJW based. This is part of my community, so I'm actually kind of ashamed of it. A bunch of DC fanboys are trying to get Rotten Tomatoes shut down.
I fucking saw that! Oh my god, what the fuck is that shit?
Oh god. Because
What?
Rotten Tomatoes gave
Seriously?
That's serious.
Rotten Tomatoes gave Suicide Squad a 27 out of all the critic reviews. So they're saying Rotten Tomatoes has a Marvel bias, therefore let's shut down Rotten Tomatoes. Even though Rotten Tomatoes is owned by Warner Brothers, the same company that made Suicide Squad and owns DC.
Huh.
I don't understand. I'm not into that stuff, so I don't understand.
It's like, holy shit, how are you not even seeing the lines? Like, if you think that the critics are biased, sure, but the fucking website that just reports it? What?
What next? Are they gonna start trolling Angry Joe for his fucking opinions on Batman v Superman?
Oh god, they're gonna try trolling me now.
Yeah,
I
you guys,
welcome the trolls. I need the attention.
look in the side chat and tell me if what Ian did, I can't say that out loud because I'm not going to have them come out. No.
That's brilliant.
There
That's
was
fucking brilliant.
almost a riot because of that. Almost.
Oh, I remember that!
Yeah, he's the one that started that.
Yo,
Don't
man,
fuck
that's
with-
like totally confirming my bias. I need to fucking riot up in this bitch.
Put it in the side chat again. I can't see it since I refreshed.
You have to go to
Okay, yeah, this is. I will put it in the
Okay,
side chat.
Anders, you read it because I'm terrified now.
I'll do it. I don't fucking care. Let the
Okay.
Black Lives Matter go to me.
Somebody with courage. Go ahead.
Alright. I'll fucking do it with life. I'll fucking do it.
No, don't read what Ian
No,
Don't
no.
read-
Wait, don't read what Ian did?
Don't read what Ian did because nobody
Alright.
knows who started that hashtag.
That's why it's in the side chat.
That's why it's in the
Alright.
side chat. If you read that out loud, I could end up with a bunch of trolls on my ass going, you weren't supposed to tell anybody, but at least publicly. No, I gotta
Alright,
give credit where credit's due. That's why Ian is a brilliant little troll. You ever need a troll, find that little pig icon, man. He's great. He's fucking great.
Props to Ian. Props to fucking Ian. Fuck yeah.
Can you guys give me his Skype? We gotta get him to create a Logic Church thingy. Yeah, like I don't know, something like Logic Church people make
Are
fun of
secretly
fat
racist?
people, or secretly racist, or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Logic Church
That'll be perfect.
Assaulting Black Lives Matter members at Walmart.
that's perfect.
Pajamas.
That'll work. We'll go
We should just-
viral.
Hey, we should just change the name of this podcast to Racist Church.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I don't know if you want to do that.
TK's like no, Logic don't do that.
Now we should
Don't
change it to the
do
fucking
it,
zoo.
man.
I mean, we got a Nazi, we got a Green Lantern, a frog, some white honky-looking motherfucker. We got a blue
Green Lantern,
person,
that was
a skinny
you got a
person,
crack
a
horn.
horse. We got a raven, we got a caterpillar lip-looking motherfucker, and a gator. It's the zoo up in this bitch.
My
Yeah,
icon is
transracial.
actually my icon is actually a Sith, and I do look like a trans. I've been confused for one so many times. People have actually gotten upset that they found out I wasn't a transgender.
That's so
You mean you're not a
think that-
transgender?
No.
Not.
Your appearance is
Dun
offensive.
dun dun.
No, they got upset because they wanted to fuck me, and they only liked transgender people.
Oh.
Oh my god, you don't
Yeah.
have a penis?
Oh my.
I'm like
Okay.
totally offended at myself now. I'm gonna blame it on you.
Can I just say one thing? I actually kind of do feel sad for them now because if they only fuck, like that's gonna be like such a niche market that it's like, oh, this isn't what I wanted.
Would that
Well,
be like a,
they
You ever
had
heard Jeff Holiday talk about that? That when he was in high school and a little bit after that, when he dressed up as a woman, he used to get so much fucking strange thrown at him.
would that be called like a transsexual sexual?
No,
Yeah,
he never
Sketchy's
called
in
himself that. He was
Sketchy's
just
in
like,
the
I just like
chat, you
dressing
know.
as a woman because I got fucked.
Wow, really? Sketchy, is this true? He's in the chat. You can ask him. Sketchy white dude is in the house.
What? Where is he? He's not
He's in-
here.
He's in the chat.
In the chat.
He's in the
Boo.
live chat.
Doesn't count.
He says it's not a trap.
Yeah. No, you know, even when Jeff was confused with his own sexuality, he never said he was a transsexual. This is something he admitted in one of his live streams that he was addressing what Milo has said before.
Okay.
We're asking Sketchy, did you really dress up like a woman to get extra pussy in fucking high school or college or whatever it was? That's what we were asking. Did you cross-dress to get strange?
Just to get strange? No, he actually had confusion going on in his life. But I'm just saying he got a lot of strange thrown at him because of it. I don't want to
We'll see what he says.
Just to get strange?
Okay,
Okay,
guys,
Echo.
just to confirm, you guys, I'm a little confused on what a trance is. Does trance means you have physical deformation? Your
Dysphoria?
Or does it just mean that you're wearing women's clothes or you're a woman wearing men's clothes?
It depends on your definition.
I think
Okay,
transvestite.
Does it? Okay, because I'm confused. I thought that it meant like you had dual body parts or some kind of strange.
No,
No.
okay.
We got all the body
So let me
parts.
get this straight.
That's a hermaphrodite.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So when people were saying that trans people wanted to use the same bathroom as the gender that they identify with, they were saying that men who wanted to call themselves a girl or wear girls' clothes could use the girls' bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that changes everything.
Wait, did you thought that it was like hermaphrodite?
I don't know how I
wanted
missed
the
that,
right
guys.
to go to
Okay, the thing is
That's one of the
that
biggest topics right now. That's
you
just
don't
how
know
many
what
are
a trans is. Okay, a
Oh
trans,
my
but the
God.
real definition of a trans
Oh
is
my
somebody
Blair White, there you go.
Blair White, transitioning
Well, I
from
said,
one
buddy, I
gender
just
to
wanna-
the other.
I just want to you. Somehow you and I are of the same
Somebody
demographic,
that
and you're
just
more
simply
innocent than I
identifies
am.
as a no. Oh God, I can't believe I almost feel like I need to take you to class. Okay, depends on if you're talking about the SJW definition of trans or the reality definition of trans. This is reality. This is the logic, and this is the SJW. The logic is somebody that does not feel right in their body and they're going through the procedures or at least the hormones or the lifestyle of completely changing their life to be that of the opposite sex, either through hormones, surgery, whatever they got to do. And
So is that still trans?
That's a trans. This is trans. Then there's the trans trenders, which are people that are playing dress up and saying that they are a transgender, bi, curious, non binary, asexual, furry.
Justin and Milo, for Christ's sake. That'd be perfect.
Yeah, like that Milo faggot.
Milo Stewart.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's it.
I'm sorry, but how the fuck do you go from pansexual to asexual? They're fucking opposites.
Okay.
I know, I was just fucking with you.
Does this mean? But was the whole bathroom thing? Was that about people who? Was that? Go ahead. You know.
Okay, the bathroom problem was this: is that a bunch of Republican, like really tight up ones, decided to make a law that stated that you could not sue your employer through the state's means. You had to go to federal court, which is extremely expensive and horrible, if you were discriminated at work. So if you were discriminated, and the way that you deal with that is you sue your employer. You are no longer allowed to sue through the state's means. You had to go through federal court. So that means that the federal court had to approve you, and it could be a very lengthy, horribly long process. It was making something that should be an easy process and taking it away from you. And since there are time limits and filing processes things, it means a lot of people that do get discriminated will not be allowed to sue. And the long and the short of it is, if they do get discriminated against. Hidden inside that law was a law that stated you have to use the bathroom that you are born with. Now, that caused a lot of problems, so they paid attention to that law instead of the other law that actually legitimately stripped rights away from people. So everybody started paying attention to this fucking bathroom part of it, which is ridiculous.
Okay. Yeah.
And the bathroom part of it is pissed a lot of transgender people off because they look like a man, they had hormones and beards, and they're saying that they're supposed to go into the woman's bathroom because it says on their birth certificate. We're talking fully transitioned people would then be forced to use the bathroom of their birth. Then they used the thing of, well, men are just going to dress up like women and try to use the bathroom. And so Target, because they're going to go peek on your little girls, and that's what they're secretly doing. And that got blown out of proportion. It's only happened like maybe 5 times that people can fucking find where it was legitimately a man dressing up like a woman to go spy on a kid. And they got caught.
Yeah, you know,
as opposed to these fucking thousands and thousands of fully transitioned people that need to go take a piss.
I mean,
oh, sorry.
So it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. Do you let men in, or do you keep all transgendered out of all public bathrooms? Which one do you do? But mind you, this is only for government buildings. This is not for, like, the McDonald's. This is not for the Target. The Target made it known that they were going to go with, you do whatever you want in our bathroom.
Yeah, and at Walmart, you're going to go in whatever, bathroom you want to go in, and nobody's going to say anything. You look like a woman, you're probably a woman, Nobody's going to be like, hey.
Well, I don't know. Have you seen the people in Walmart?
Like a woman.
Did you see, they look
barely human.
Yeah.
Look, there's some women that don't fucking look like women, okay? So I think this is, it's beyond ridiculous, okay? Because if you are truly a transgender person, you go through the process with the full intention of assimilating into the opposite sex that you were born into, okay? Now, and I struggle with this one. I am on both sides of the fence, okay? I have a niece and a nephew, boy and a girl. They're twins, and I don't really know how I would feel if they, went to the bed. They're 5 years old, so they're kind of like at that age now, or getting to be within a couple of years of that age where you would be okay sending them off to the bathroom alone. And and I'm not going to say that, listen, transgender people are not,
inherently pedophiles.
Exactly, right? They're not like these vultures just waiting to swoop down on unsuspecting people and say, oh, you thought I was a man, but look at my vagina, right?
Well, see, I agree with that to the most part, right? Probably in 90% of whatever cases there are of these bathroom confrontations or whatever, it's like that, right? I'm just taking a guess. But now this thing with Lila Perry, when he did that bit, right? And I say he because he identifies as a bisexual male, right? Now, he did for a short time identify as a female long enough to cause that big media stir, right? So I think he was probably more of a trans-trender than an actual transgender. But the thing was, as he went in there, he was wearing the skirt. You could clearly see his junk moving around under the skirt, right? And the guy was hung like a horse. And
all right.
And you could clearly see that. And it was on Fox News, and it was on, but it was an actual, it was a big close-up of it, right? And Steve Shives did a thing where he was talking about like, oh, well, the parts don't show anyway, and so I made a video of that where I did a big close-up on it, right? And I said, well, do you see that? Do you see it?
Did you get a boner? Did you get a boner? That's what we need to know.
No, strangely, I did not get a boner. No. No, but the thing was, is that how that started, that whole protest, was a 14-year-old girl had complained that this guy was in the bathroom, not the locker room, was in the bathroom, and was watching her while she was doing something, pulling up her panties or whatever she was doing, and was watching this person, and she complained to her parents, and so then it became an issue where they had told him that he could use this other bathroom. They had an alternate bathroom, I guess, where you could be male or female. And he was like, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm a female in it. Well, it came out that he was in a drama club, and he was trying to get on Survivor as a transgender. Right? Okay. So now the thing is what pissed me off about it.
Everybody's like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just super fucking trashy.
This is actually hurting real trans people. I hope you understand.
Exactly. Yes. That's my point. But the thing is that the Young Turks and The View, right? The View had an interview with this Lila Perry on there, right, where they were Well, they were calling all of the parents that were protesting, they were calling them homophobes, right? And the way they talked about them was like these were all dumb hillbillies, right? Like the language they were using, right? And then they were talking about on the Young Turks. They were the first ones I saw that jumped on it, and they were showing footage of the protesters, whatever, and it wasn't even their footage, right? And they were saying that they were all homophobes and all this other stuff. Well, there was actually a complaint filed with the school board, right? 3 school board members lost their jobs over that. They quit over that, right? Because they were faced with a situation where if they didn't do anything, they could be sued. But if they didn't allow him to go into the girls' bathroom, they could be sued. So they quit. They got out of that, right? Now, while all this is going on, the media is just running over these people. And they're saying, well, she this, she that, she all this other stuff. And it comes out that he had this blog, and on his blog, he was talking about how he broke his boyfriend's arm, right? So I agree with the point that it's the transgenders that are ruining it for the transgenders, right? I think there is a legitimate argument to be made that if you are transitioned to a certain point, you should be able to allow, allow them into the specified bathroom, whatever, for their transition, right? But now these transgenders that go in, like this guy, this Lila Perry,
the cross-dresser with a fucking hard-on for fame. The cross-dresser with a hard-on for fame is what he was.
Yeah. Right. And so see, the thing is so the media comes out and they make this big shitstorm about how these people are all backwards and all this other stuff. Well, how are they supposed to react to that? They're just trying to protect their kids. We're not talking about 18-year-olds. We're talking about 14-year-olds, right? And that's a rough time for a lot of kids. There's a lot going on, a lot of changes, puberty, whatever, and that, right? And
a lot of confusion.
And then the teachers have to worry about this too. What does a teacher do if they see this? It's like, do I stop them? Do I not stop them? And the guy's junk swinging around in the skirt, and you can see it out there. And it's like, if I did that, I would be in jail so fast, right? And but the thing is that he's saying, oh well, I'm a woman, so you can't do that, right? And everybody can clearly see it. So at what point do you say? Do you just say like, okay, well, we allow people to do whatever? I've heard the argument for unisex bathrooms. Maybe everything should be unisex or
yeah, and like I kind of agree with that argument, and this was told to me. I don't know if it's really true that in the UK that they actually have unisex bathrooms. I just think that I agree with that, and I think that that's what should be in America. But because we already have male and female separate bathrooms, that it would be a little too much to enforce. Because if you are going to say this is legislation now, then companies and places, they would have to reconstruct the bathroom
exactly
themselves.
Yeah, and that's a big expense.
Exactly. Yeah. Who's paying for that? Who is paying for that? And when we're talking about less than 1% of the population who would be affected by this,
right. And
where are we as a country when we are pandering to the less than 1%?
Well, yeah,
we're progressive.
When in opposition, when the less than 1% are doing well and they don't need anything, we have a problem with that. Regardless,
right. You know what brought a problem to all this? Was bringing it the fuck up. Nobody needed to bring it the fuck up. The transgenders were fine.
They were fine. Yeah. Well, listen, now I'm not gonna say that
not all the way, but you know what I mean.
Not all the way, but yeah, no, exactly. But and here's the thing: I think feminism lent this way that society is going right now. I see it so clearly. Okay, feminists, a lot of feminists, not all of them, but a lot of them. Right. They really.
Somebody said family bathroom.
There you go. Because and you know what? I'm gonna say this is real quick. But I'm gonna say this. And I would like to see a lot more men doing this, but some men are petitioning to have the child care, like the diaper changing stations in men's bathrooms.
Oh yeah, I've seen that shit everywhere.
I thought they had that already.
No, they don't.
Not in
Yeah,
Florida.
Oh, maybe not in Florida. They do where I live.
Not in most places in this country. Okay, so that is another thing. Like, men should be fighting for that. But the fact of the matter is, women get custody more. It's just a rare thing to see a man have to change a diaper.
I was in a Walmart, real quick. I was in a Walmart, and not a Walmart, I was in the mall. Sorry, the mall. Big bathrooms, right? And I go in, and the changing table is right at the entrance. It's not near the stalls at all. And there just walks in a fucking 30-year-old father with an infant, opens up the changing table, and sticks the baby on it, going, there isn't one in the women's bathroom. Is anybody going to have a problem? I'm just changing my son. All the mothers turned around and went, oh.
Yeah.
And we totally understood. And we were like, that's unfair. Every single one of us, we gave him his space. And no little girl cried because there was communication.
Right. This is the fuel to the feminist momentum. It is that every single thing that a woman has to endure that is she feels is unfair to her must automatically be caused by something a man did. And this is where I find the equation with like a Black Lives Matters group that motherfuckers like that. Like,
it's so frustrating, right?
It really is. It really is. And we'll get into that a little bit later. Okay. So.
When you get upset, Lauren, your black shows. You're
no, it's coming. It's coming, my nigga. It's coming. But the whole the fuel to this whole sexist, racist machine is that I belong to group X. This group Y is oppressing me, and therefore I need remuneration for that. Why there's not a black person that I know today that they or their parents were slaves to someone, but they still sit up here and cry about white supremacy as if the white man is just supposed to come and swoop in and let the floodgates open and here's all the cash. Actually, the white man has done that, and it's welfare and it's the child support system. Oh my God!
Are you gonna explode?
Women,
are you gonna be okay?
I really am. Women have so many entitlements to them. Men have virtually none. And yet, it's always...
Sorry, I got fetus entitlement. I can stand and pee just about fucking anywhere, so fucking hashtag winning!
Hey, listen, I can too, but you know...
Yeah, but it tends to, like, spray, so you gotta get closer to the ground so it doesn't get on you.
Yeah, I can't, like, dot my I's and cross my T's and shit, but...
Yeah, I could write fucking gator in the snow if I felt like it. Hashtag fuck snow. But, you know. But no, seriously, my sister-in-law is black. I mean, not half black, little black, full-on fucking black.
If your sister's black, are you black?
My sister-in-law.
Okay.
This is my brother's wife. They have a kid. Fucking love that little baby. She's so energetic. But her brothers and sisters, they all have criminal records. Some of them are in jail right now. She makes 6 fucking figures.
What?
She got out of that situation.
What? Is she single?
No.
No, she's just busted.
Yeah, she makes 6 fucking figures. Like she makes more money than my fucking brother-in-law does. Like
she makes.
She got up off her fucking ass and she went out and made something out of her life instead of expecting people to sit back and give her fucking shit. Because the only thing that ends you up is fucking jail. I've been in there. Yep. I've seen the fucking people. I've seen the white people and the black people in fucking prison, and there's no fucking difference between the two of them. They'll both fucking cut you just as quick, and they'll both fucking stab you just as quick. Yep. They don't give a fuck about anything or anybody. It's not a black thing. It's not a white thing. It's a fucking you're a piece of shit thing. It's a get up off your ass and do something thing.
Right.
It's also a thing of not having fathers to these children, so these children go out and become gang members.
Well,
it's not,
exactly.
I'll disagree with you on one point. It's not really about not having a father. It's really more about not having a strong male role model in the life to be like, this is what you're supposed to do. This is how you're supposed to live. This is good. It feels good to work and pay your fucking bills. And it does.
Yes.
It feels so fucking great.
Yes.
When you are earning what the fuck you want in life, everything just seems just a little bit fucking brighter to me, in my point of fucking.
It does. It does.
Now shut the fuck up.
It's all right. That was a great rant.
Yeah.
No, exactly. And now my father was he was in construction. He was a steam fitter. And those jobs, if anyone's familiar with those type of jobs, they go for 6 to 8 months at a time or a certain period, and then you're done. Now,
well, I used to do shutdowns at plants, at oil plants, so I understand.
Yeah, so, my father in the 70s had 2 kids and a wife, and this was his job. Was his livelihood. So when he wasn't working, the effect of that was not like everybody felt the tension in the house because he wasn't working. I kind of lost my.
You lost your train of thought.
Yeah, I did. I had so many stories that I wanted to tell, but anyway, going back to the subject, which was please someone.
Your dad working, and he wasn't working, so everybody was all.
It was where does the is it a class problem? Is it a black problem? What is the actual problem with the thing that you were ranting?
Okay, all right. Here's the problem with the black community. The black community only understands working for their pay as a it's like a paycheck to paycheck kind of lifestyle.
Yeah,
they
probably don't think it's going to work out for them too when they're brought up and they're told that the system is rigged against them. They're like, why am I going to go out and get a fucking job? I might as well,
It's more than just that.
Obviously, it's not just one thing. You can't pin it down to just one thing.
And that's part of the problem.
It's so much more than one thing. But here is what I believe is the antidote to that. I think black men and women need to get married. And this is such a strange thing for me to say because I am anti-relationship. I don't think young men or men, period, should be having children. Okay? Y'all need to slow the fuck down with this. Y'all need to stop fucking getting these bitches pregnant.
I got a story for you. But go ahead.
Wait, okay, how about this? If I wear a condom, can we still be together?
What? What did you say?
That's it. If I wear a condom, can we still be together?
I think you're getting hit on.
Listen.
Badly.
You failed.
That's like the worst pickup line.
You failed your charisma roll.
Guys, I might have misheard. Did somebody ask if I have a condom? Was that?
If I have a condom, can I still bullshit? That's what I was trying to say.
You failed miserably as a man. You need to go transition. You are no longer a man. I'm sorry.
You're no longer a toad.
There's always transgender. You can. Yeah. All right, guys.
All right. I was actually arrested back in 2000, what the fuck ever, for drug possession. I had to go through drug treatment and counseling. There was this one kid up in there. He had 9 fucking kids between 4 different women, and he wanted more. And when we asked him, why is this okay? How are you going to take care of them babies? His response is, oh, the mama and the government going to do it. I ain't going to take care of them. And he thought that was a life goal. He thought this was something good. That was a problem just with him, but this is something I've seen echoed over and over again throughout all the fucking ghettos I've lived in.
No, absolutely.
Run around and fuck everybody.
I was on the bus, and there was a woman that had a baby in a stroller, and her friend had a baby in her lap, but a bigger baby, you know, almost too big for a stroller. I'm not going to say they were massive, but I'm going to say they had their own gravitational force.
They're
I was going to say, do you still kick them like a football?
The babies or the moms, because they were both the same size. This was actually, these particular ones, I was at a park, that's right, because the ones that were on the bus were just as bad. The ones that were worse than that there was an entire family, and they were eating a picnic out of food that they got from the food bank, and they had so much food on that table, it was a week's worth of my groceries. And they were eating it in one sitting, each person bringing in even more food and feeding these women. And these little babies, there's a little baby girl, there's 2 little baby boys, and there were one of them was walking, and then there was a couple of teenagers, and they were having a discussion on when they needed to have their next welfare baby.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Their welfare check baby.
I'm muting myself.
Nah.
That is fucking disgusting.
And I was at a water park with the kids, like a park, and it had like little sprinklers that come out the ground that kids can run through with an alligator head. And yeah, they were literally sitting there. I'm sitting here, I'm watching them eat government food while gorging themselves, while playing on their cell phones, talking about, I need to have another baby by next year. You need to get on this, boy, to their mates, which were not the father of the original baby, due to hearing the conversation. And I'm like, and this woman literally could have been pregnant and not known it.
Awesome.
Oh my
Good
God.
story. The world is a beautiful place.
Feeling good.
Florida.
Florida is crazy. You know what? I've heard a lot of fucking crazy. Every crazy story that I've heard in the news, in the major media, it's all coming from Florida,
man.
like Lakeland, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, yeah. I've only been
Florida,
there.
classy people in Florida.
And
I guess.
the
So
worst
Liz,
part, what?
Do they still have the old people driving over the benches while the people are sitting on them on the sides of the street? Is that still a thing?
Only during snowbird season when we get all the fucking Canadians.
Oh!
Stop sending us your old people.
Steve, you're not going to take that, are you?
Stop sending us your fucking old people. They come over here, they spend the fucking winter in here, they call it snowbirds here. Number one, you can't get any fucking prescriptions filled because they've gotten their goddamn card. Heaven forbid if you're on a pain medication, that shit's gone. And then you can't drive down the fucking street without having to worry about some blue-haired in a fucking Cadillac, and the Cadillac's been sitting in the garage for fucking 6 months and won't start all the way and keeps stalling down the fucking road. And she's trying to drive it like this. Fuck Canadian old people. Keep them. Keep your fucking old people. Put them in a warm house.
Canadian old lives matter.
For you.
I'm sorry, was that ageist of me?
No, I have
They're
perfect
Canadians.
solution for
They
you.
don't matter.
Move to Canada in the winter.
No.
No,
I
thank you.
know.
Motherfucker, I live in Massachusetts in the winter.
They have entire fucking trailer parks that empty out. And here's the fun part is that you get all these fucking polite Canadian old people. They can't drive, and they do take up all the prescriptions, which is really shitty. And so you have to wait 3 weeks for anything to get fucking filled around here. And I'm not shitting you, I'm sick, and this happens to me. I've got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, I'm fucked, alright? So, I'm screwed. But then you have all these little old ladies inside of this Walmart that's right next to the Canadian retirement fucking villas. It's called Maitland's. And there's a fucking super Walmart there, and then you get the people from the south side, as we lovingly call them, near the ghetto, in there at the same time, and it's almost a beautiful dance between overweight, unkept people that live in the ghetto, not saying all of them are black, hashtag not all blacks, and a shitload of little blue-haired fucking old people, and heaven forbid a fucking hurricane happens at that particular point. They will strip a Walmart in 45 seconds. All of them.
God damn.
They
Like
will.
commercial piranhas.
It's fucking brilliant here. Welcome to Florida is the weirdest fucking place. It's the clash of cultures of what the fuck. And never go to a Walmart at 3 a.m. while drunk.
Okay, but if you're not drunk, you can go.
No.
Is it? No,
No.
just don't go to Walmart.
No, still don't go. No.
I got kicked out of a Walmart for playing on a bouncy ball with ones with the handles in the electronics section.
I don't know how to not make that into a sexual joke.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Sorry, I had to lighten the mood after ranting about old people and the ghetto.
Okay, I know how to make it worse. Going from that rant, did you guys hear about the terrorist attack that just happened in London?
No.
What?
What?
Something like just happened.
What is it, like Tuesday?
What?
Actually, it is.
There's so... No.
There's so many of them. Which one?
Right, exactly. Like
No, it literally happened while we were talking about like the fucking welfare queens.
Oh my god, what happened?
Oh shit! Didn't someone get stabbed or something?
Wow.
Yeah, one woman stabbed to death and 5 people injured in Russell Square.
Yeah, I've been clicking through Twitter. I saw something about it.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Has anyone got like articles?
I'm right now reading from the UK Express.
Was it a tan Frenchman?
It was apparently two men of Middle Eastern descent.
No, that can't be right. That can't be
Right, no,
I
they
think it's
didn't
a
say
tan
that.
Frenchman.
I saw 2 men from Middle Eastern descent acting suspiciously outside the Imperial Hotel on Southpaw Road. Hold on, let me show screen share so you guys can see the video.
I'm sure that was written.
No,
the article.
you do not understand. Islam is a religion of peace. This is not possible.
So
Right,
this
that had
is
to be written by a
this is the
right-wing
article.
racist.
Brother makes a good point.
But 2 men, very tan, right wing, looking to make Muslims look bad. It's what they do.
Have we gone full racist? I mean, it's kind of like going full retard. Have we gone full racist?
No, we haven't.
Last time I checked, Islam wasn't a race.
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't. Also, we haven't offended the Asian people yet, so it's not. So we still have that one demographic. So.
Well, I do not want to be racist, so I must make fun of everybody.
Oh.
Oh my god. I'm associated with you guys? Okay. Somebody read that. I can't read it.
Anyway, Jeremy Ching. Hey, we found an Asian.
Jeremy Ching filmed the aftermath of the attack from the Night and Day bar opposite Russell Square around 12:30 a.m. Mr. Chang, a 22-year-old student, told Express.co.uk there was a body lying on the pavement on the eastern edge of the square. All the roads to the south and west of the square have been cordoned off. A woman with whom I spoke said that police told her that a gang of some sort was involved and that they fled south or southwest. But that was just speculation. Taxi driver Paul Hutchinson told Sky News he saw a body lying on the pavement opposite the Imperial Hotel. He said the pavement was all taped off by police. There are lots of armed police and other police, and there was a body on the floor. You could see boots of the body sticking out where the body was, and there was a body on the floor, and they taped it off, and there was lots of police. It just fucking repeating itself now. A witness named Paul. Go ahead.
You gotta say it right. It's police. Police.
Your very cheerful radio announcer voice reading that off is quite disturbing.
Yo, a witness told Paul about BBC Radio London that he had been on Bloomsbury Cinema when his girlfriend came out across the scene. He said, yo, we came around the corner and there were all police everywhere. A massive police presence. And a come on, they don't like it. I'm just going
I am going to hell.
Everywhere, talking about a zombie apocalypse. Lawrence, you dead. Oh, shit. Somebody put a bar across the street.
We're not supposed to
yo, what
laugh
the fuck
at
did y'all
this.
see? And we were like, yo, man, we didn't see
We've
nothing.
been
Just some dead lady out
desensitized. We
there.
can laugh about this.
Everyone who saw the murderer say yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys, just fuck you.
Everyone who saw the
Different
tan
girls just
German
making
say
people laugh
yeah.
at shit you shouldn't fucking laugh at. This is actually a horrible fucking thing. Terrorism is one possibility. We don't know, at least I don't know anything about what the fuck's going on. So let's not make any judgments about these people that we've seen so far, and they're Muslim.
And yeah.
You tried. Never mind. I fucking can't stand it. It's like, we're not going to hold any fucking, we're not going to say who did it yet because we're not sure. We don't know if it's a terrorist attack. We're not sure. We're not going to take, we're just going to assume it was a person, not Muslim. Fuck. God damn it. It's like,
Well, we're just going to keep our biases under control, and it's gone.
oh. I'm just going to start asking every time there's a terrorist attack. Every time there's a terrorist attack, I'm just going to say, did the sad nigger do it? Because I'm just going to stop trying.
Whoa.
I can't be polite. I can't be PC anymore. It's like, what do I do?
Well, I think PC's on the decline, you guys.
Thank God.
I think the trend is falling, but don't worry, you guys, because trends go in a circle, so it'll be popular again later on.
I don't know, man.
Just take
I
turns.
think it's pretty alive and well.
Dead.
It just depends how long we get upset when somebody calls us a negative thing. You're stupid.
Forever.
You know what?
Did you guys know that kids aren't even allowed to use the word stupid in school?
Yeah,
That's an offensive
serious?
word.
Are you serious?
Did you just use the S
No.
word? Yes, I'm freaking serious.
they're
I'm
also
very
not allowed to
serious.
clap in certain schools because clapping might trigger those with PTSD and make
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Oh,
They gotta
my
snap
God.
or do
This
like
is-
Yeah,
jazz
they gotta
hands.
wave. They've got to do enthusiastic waving when it's appropriate, and they can only clap after they
You know what? They
clap.
should.
This
Oh,
is this is
man.
That's in
this is
Australia, by the way, Liz.
this is why
Yep.
I can't have kids. This is why I cannot have kids. I cannot
Well, you-
fucking
you-
have kids.
I'm on board
around
with
these
you, Lauren.
Fucking morons.
Well,
They
well,
are
right there
okay,
with
you
you.
can
society. I cannot consciously
And,
put
but
people
just keep
on
them
this
out of
earth.
public school. Keep them out.
Oh.
Yeah, but then they're homeschooled.
Do
and
not send your
sometimes
kids
they
to
have
public
weird-
school. Do not.
It's
Bad
not
idea.
something I would do.
Yeah?
It's
You
not
gonna
something
stay home
I
and
would
teach
do.
them then, Logic?
What?
You gonna stay home and teach them then?
Yeah, you betcha. I'm gonna find a way.
I need to make a third public service announcement. Apparently, Sketchy is having a one of those moments where you're having like to reflect upon yourself. One of those existential moments.
crisis.
Yeah, he's having an existential moment because he's been
Ah.
fighting with the cult of Dusty all day on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
And,
Why would you even? Why?
I was just tweeting at him too.
Why?
because millennials help me out. Is this an I can't even moment?
I thought the Cult of Dusty was a modern gentleman. Does he fight? He fights with people on Twitter? That's not very gentlemanlike.
No, it's not.
Not very at all.
He's a good old Southern boy.
The whole shtick is just being loud and obnoxious.
If you want
Why?
cancer, go read the tweets.
No, thank you.
Here, I'll go see how bad it is. I'll go check on Sketchy. Let's see how bad it is. How much cancer can you get from arguing with Cult of Dusty? Let me open that up.
I don't know. I
Alright,
saw
so-
Naked Ape arguing with him earlier, and it was getting pretty bad.
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna change the channel for a little bit.
Uh-oh.
So-
Change the channel.
yes, I am. So Hope Solo. Does everybody know who Hope Solo is?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
me,
remember.
me, yeah.
She beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. Okay, so she.
Wait,
was
fill me
playing-
in. Fill me in. Who is this?
Hope Solo. She's a soccer player for the
Olympian.
U.S.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Triggered.
not too long ago, she was arrested for domestic violence against her nephew and I believe her sister. Still has contracts though. Still playing for the U.S. soccer team still has all of her endorsements. Meanwhile, if that was a man, she might not even have a job right now.
Oh
So
no, if it was a
anyway-
man, they definitely would just be dropped like a fucking bad habit.
Right. Yeah, no, I was being a little bit sarcastic, but yeah, yeah. So she's in Brazil, and Hope Solo bombarded with Zika chants in Brazil. Apparently, at the game that she was playing, they started chanting Zika,
What does that
getting
mean?
booed. The Zika virus.
Oh
Have you
yeah,
not
the
heard of
Zika
that?
virus. Yeah.
Does that actually
Yeah.
like make you sick? I thought like
Yeah.
the only thing was like your kids will like be born with like defects, but I don't know. I didn't look into
Well,
it.
now
Yeah, no,
Zika-
I thought
now
that
Zika-
too.
I don't know yet.
I thought that too, but you can get it and you do need to be treated for it. But if you are pregnant while you contract the disease, you can have kids with encephaly, which is
Yeah,
kind of like
micro-
the yeah.
Yeah.
It's
The
not,
potato
it's
head.
not. But what?
The potato head, I said.
See, why? See, I wasn't trying to go with him, but you took it there.
I'll say the things nobody else will say.
Oh, my
Mommy,
God.
what is
That's why
Zika
you-
virus, and why do people tell me about it?
Get back in your cage.
Oh my god! Jesus Christ!
Shut up.
I made a duty in my cage. Just saying.
Eat it.
Oh,
Well, now you've got
man.
dinner.
But it's
I mean-
just like this story is just interesting to me for different reasons. Because again, like I said, if she was a dude, we wouldn't even be talking about the motherfucker.
But don't you know that man was just provoking her into doing that? And now she's getting all kind of misogynist
Yeah.
on at her? It's like, it's not
Yeah,
right,
well.
girl. It's like, no.
No.
This is
I would
like
like-
totally just bad.
I would like to report on the sketchy Dusty Smith situation. Dusty Smith is a cunt.
Ah,
I
okay.
know that already.
Thank you
I've
for
seen his videos against
that.
fucking Christians.
Just you go look at the Twitter thingy. He's telling people that, well, Naked Ape has muted me. That's how great your internet. So I can't respond to him anymore. So that's how great your internet gods are. Your
And
anonymous
then Naked
internet
Ape
gods.
fucking retweets his ass back like, yep, I fucking muted you, that's right.
Yeah, it's fucking beautiful, and it's Dusty is just.
Have you tried
They're
being
trying to
nice?
explain to Dusty that some people must have their anonymity because of where they live, and these people are threatening that for shits and giggles instead of attacking their points. And Dusty is going, well, they don't need to be anonymous anyway. They're just being cowards.
Oh my
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just being a coward because I don't want to be thrown in jail for having a political opinion that's not exactly expressed very easily in a German fucking state where people get thrown in jail for posting shit on Facebook. You know, just saying.
Exactly.
Dusty will
Yeah,
never
like that-
see this.
that
He'll
one guy
probably never know who I truly am. I've talked to him a couple of times. He's not going to fucking remember who I am. Dusty, God. These are my friends you were talking about.
He needs to check his
Are
profile.
those anonymous gods are not gods to me. They are my friends. Crouch and T is my friend. Naked Ape is my fucking friend. These people are my fucking friends. And if people like you propagate for them to go get doxxed, I'm going to stick my foot up your ass.
Hashtag Naked Ape
Liz?
God Emperor. I'm done.
That sounds a little different.
So,
Yeah.
they're your fucking friends. So, is that more like a friends with benefits or anything, or is that a little bit different?
No, they're just my fucking friends. Hey, call everybody. Everything is fucking goes.
No, they're just my fucking friends. We just send porn to each other that we made personally, you know?
Yeah, we just kick each other's balls.
Be
I'm really trans. I balls. No.
So Logic.
Yeah.
So is it true that you have to run off to a hot date soon?
I just might have to, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to leave, you guys. But
wait a minute, what's this about? A date? Where you
Yeah,
going?
you didn't tell Lauren. What's up
dude.
with that?
Pixar didn't happen.
Lauren, if you want, we can get coffee some other time.
No,
I'm gonna
Your
be busy.
beta male having a fucking date? Are you shitting me?
He's cheating on you.
That's not
Yeah.
the question.
Don't forget
That's
condoms.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Don't forget condoms. Yeah, we don't need any more fucking
Sorry,
You don't need
I
to
This is so fucking extra.
I just get that a
Jesus
lot, so
Christ.
I just assumed you were. Yeah. Anyway,
You
go ahead.
only need condoms if she's
wow.
black. Remember that. You only need
Wow.
condoms if she's black.
You only need condoms if she's around the age of 35. Just saying.
Hey!
I'll try to remember that. So you guys, so
Jesus.
Liz, isn't that better?
Yeah, if she's on the pill, she's lying. Just letting you know that.
Okay. All right. Well, guys,
Pull
I just
out doesn't
want
always work.
to. Okay. Duly noted. 1 and 2. You guys, I wanted to thank everybody for coming, and if you guys like the stream, please consider subscribing. If everybody wants to shield their stuff really quick, that's cool. Go ahead, you guys.
You go
All
first,
right.
Anders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Logic, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. My channel link is right here. I do content at least on a once-weekly basis, and I, make fun of everything from feminist artists to issues with Islam. So I try to tackle a wide range of topics on my channel. So, thank you for having me on, and if anybody's interested, my YouTube URL is youtube.com/c/Anders Herzberg, just right in the lower third there.
Sick.
Yay. Next.
Okay, so what are we doing here? We're just.
Go ahead, man. Show your stuff. Go ahead and tell us how awesome you are and what you do and what your
Who,
name
me?
is and all that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not awesome at all. You can just see I've got the only QNTKKA name on the internet, so you can find me on anything that has that, except for QNTKA, which has nothing to do with me.
Wow, that's confusing.
All right. Oh, and everybody's link will be in the description, you guys, later if you're watching this. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't watch my shit. My shit's cancer, though. Just to let you know. Especially that one I did about the Bud Light commercial. That shit was absolutely ridiculous.
I'll go then.
Yeah, go ahead, Liz.
In the live chat, if you're watching, click the I'm smart. There.
Oh, did it freeze?
And that's how much cancer she has.
Damn.
And
Let me just
Steve
finish
up?
off real quick. I am Kajun on PS4. I play fucking Destiny, Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 is my pussy. Thank you very much.
Hold on. Let me write it down.
That's just my fucking name, Kajun. Everybody Kajun.
You gotta write it down.
That's just it. That's what I'm done. That's it. PS4. If you're on Xbox, fuck you.
Hashtag fuck.
Go ahead, Steve.
I don't want it. Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me on. Sorry I wasn't as talkative, but I'm Steve Talon. I'm a typical YouTube shitlord who makes response to general stupidity that I see all over the internet. Not necessarily feminist bullshit, but anything that I feel is stupid, I will respond to it. Just search Steve Talon on I almost said Facebook, on YouTube, and you'll find me.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, anybody else? Oh, wait, do you have more?
me?
Go ahead.
I'm Darnel Enriquez. I respond and talk shit about, I don't know, pretty much almost anything that catches my interest on Twitter. Go ahead, like it. You'll find something maybe you'll cringe about, or maybe something you'll laugh about. I a lot of times post very offensive things.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else?
Let me just
go
find
ahead.
one just to show. No. Just keep talking. I'm trying to find one that is basically to show people the level I do. Hold on. Just keep talking. I'll do this.
I got enough hot air to blow up a blimp, so I can talk if you want me to talk. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lauren, did you want to go ahead and...
I'm still ready to talk shit.
You're still, it's still
Everybody's
on.
leaving. I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait, don't go.
I'm
Don't get
ready
me
to
started
go.
on Black Lives Matter. I'm just gonna fucking say that right now, because I will just
Oh,
rant.
man.
Oh, okay, sorry. So, found some of the weird shit that I pretty much post. This is one of them. Everybody see it?
Yeah.
We are the nice that say Negro.
What?
Riveting.
Oh.
Monty Python.
And then this is the other one, the really weird shit.
Oh, okay, so this is your Twitter?
Yeah, this is my Twitter pretty much.
Okay. Oh, so I'll have
Yeah,
all that
so-
stuff in the description, so you guys can join, or whatnot.
Oh crap, so that video isn't working, but pretty much, yeah, it's just really weird shit that pretty much will make you question humanity.
Okay, cool. So anybody else?
Oh, please, I look both ways when I cross a one-way street.
Hank, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you want to talk about what you do?
I don't know. I make some videos. I don't know. I'm just some
Okay.
faggot on the internet.
Okay, cool. All right, you guys, if that's it, then I'll go off air so I can go on my hot date.
Dude, you're
Go
gonna
hurry up,
ahead.
I need to go wipe one out.
Man, peace, bro.
Woohoo!
All right. Okay, bye, guys, and thank you, everybody, for coming. I appreciate all you guys for coming, and it was a great hangout, great stream, had a lot of fun, and thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Subscribe to Lizz
yeah, man.
Reptile.
Yay!
I'm down if I'm home. Fucking hit me up.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye. I got on.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hi, Logic.
Bye, guys.
Yo, man, y'all be good.